evil wizard t-shirt that I purchased today. Ooh. Evil wizard t-shirt. Ooh. Welcome to the Mage's Castle. Would you like to cast a spell, or would you perhaps enjoy a potion? What up, everyone? Evil? Yeah. Sorry to scare you guys. I didn't even think about that shit. I should have put up like a content warning. Yeah, no, I just... Fucking Instagram ads got me spending money on shirts that I don't need. What if I just throw rocks at the evil wizard? He will use reflect! Oh, a half-hour video? We're gonna be here for 4 hours? We'll see! Bro, congrats for finishing the slop game. I'm so glad I don't have to stream that fucking game anymore. It is so bad. Alright, here's the applause. I love crud because it rhymes with grog. It kind of doesn't, but yeah, you're right. Ooh, it was only twice, but geez. Yeah, but like, bro, no one... Look, new rule. If anyone makes it to chapter 20, I'm just going to give them a piece of merch. If you make it to chapter 20 of Domino Dreams in this 30-day period, I will just give you a piece of merch. Because I'm on chapter 6, and my god, the game is just fucking unplayable. Straight up unplayable. Is chapter 20 even reachable free to play? Well, see, here's the thing, right? I'm not even free to play because I had to use my my in-game budget. And like, even I'm struggling. Like, it's so fucked. If anyone who beats chapter 5, good work. But I think that's the start. I don't think anyone will go beyond that. How long is the campaign again? So it's 30 days. Let me just check my days left. I think there's 26 days left. Straight up though, that like it is next to impossible, that game. Unless you log in every hour to claim the coins and then you play at the end of the day. So there's 26 days and 22 hours left. So basically still 27 days. Thanks everyone who's contributing, and obviously, you know, install it, get to chapter 4 or whatever. But jeez, dude. Cliff, you won't be able to get there. I promise you. Like I said, if anyone gets to chapter 20, they will get a free piece of merch because it's straight up impossible. Like, my god. But regardless, it's getting me a lot of money. So thank you to the sponsor. And yeah. How many games on a scale of 1 to 10 are better than SOT? Most. I want to pick Hog Hat. Well, try to get to chapter 20 Domino Dreams. Try to get there. I don't think you will get there. Genuinely, that game is designed to make you spend money. Sucks the hourly stuff doesn't stack. It would be doable. Yeah, so in AFK Journey, which is just a good game, by the way, the AFK element is when you're not playing, like, it earns you gold and XP and shit, and that stacks, and the further you are in the game, the longer you can go without playing. Like, I'm at the point where I can go 10 days without playing the game, and I can claim all my XP. Yeah, it's... Oh, immense bullshitter in this game. Yeah, I'm up to the point now where I have 2 different types of fruit, a leaf like on dominoes. I have leaves. I have dominoes which switch direction every turn that's played, so you can only play one half. The cookies, the mega dominoes, the ice dominoes. It's so shit. AFK Journey's kind of... Yeah, dude, I've been low-key freaking out because the fucking new season of AFK Journey starts on the 23rd. So I can't wait for this shit. The new season looks fucking lit. They're adding, like, this... Where is she? They're adding this woman to it. Yeah, no, I can't wait. And so anyone who did start AFK Journey that's still playing it because they like it, when you get to level 240, you can play through the seasons. And the 4th season's about to begin. So you'll have access to 3 other seasons and the current season once that begins. You need to get to level for 240 first resonance. You need to beat the main story. It's very good though. It lets you catch up. You don't miss anything. We play Soul Knight, peak mobile game on stream. If they do a sponsorship for it, I will. 10 minutes of gameplay every day. I mean, DV, I don't even think that's enough. Just level 240. Now, so with AFK Journey, like if you're not on a time limit like we were for the 10 days for the sponsorship, it's very easy to just play like an hour at max a day, and you'll just hit the not the paywall. There's no paywall in the game. You hit the progress wall, the time gate, and then you just keep going. It's really good. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Yeah, like the last few areas took us all a couple days. I remember it was like me and Kev and Megan in that, but like, yeah, no, and then once you get there, it's all just kind of like you just really pop off. It's a gacha game, so it's a gacha game with no FOMO. There's literally nothing you can miss in AFK Journey, other than like frames for your character's avatar, which they're shit anyway. And even then, they let you buy them later. So yeah. Yeah, no, the only reason to ever pay for AFK Journey is if you want to max out the PvP ranks, which it's just not worth doing that. And that's why I'm going to do every AFK Journey sponsorship I get, because they give me an in-game budget that I can use on my main save, and then I just get like, like $80 or something that I can spend, and I can boost my account, but I can continue playing free-to-play. I forgot how free-to-play friendly AFK Journey was for gacha. It's crazy free-to-play friendly. And there's the content creators, this guy here, Puzzle, he makes guides for free-to-play and pay-to-win players, so that way you can like get as far as you can without spending dollars. So just the skill curve in gacha games being ignoring the paywall and FOMO. Yeah, no, there's straight up no FOMO in AFK Journey. That's what I like about it. Like, I hate gacha. I think gacha is a dog shit concept. But, AFK Journey, when I started, it was like, what, October? And the game came out in March last year. So, like, 6 months of content, and I've got it all. The next sponsorship should tell everyone to join on the same day so they can guild up. Yeah, that's a good idea. They just need to stop doing 10-day short campaigns that don't even have much of a base rate. What's Robin? Is poppin'? Rant Wednesday as well. We have a podcast to watch. Now, I don't think there's anything I need to talk about before this. Try not to spoil it. I know things will come up. Block Blast sponsor? Nah. I don't think any SOT news happened other than this. Yeah, no. Now, first question I have is, does this say crud humor? Hang on. Hang the fuck on. Interesting. Very interesting. You seen some of the shorts they uploaded? I do not look at SOT shorts because they're all fucking dreadful. Whoever's making them, just quit, dude. It's cringe. Does it actually say that? I don't know. It says crud humor. All right, let's go. This is good volume. I think it's fine.
Hello and welcome to the official Sea of Thieves podcast, and this one's a special. We're going to be talking about all things lore.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to pause immediately. Remember when they deleted the lore channel in the Sea of Thieves official Discord? In fact, what happens if I go into the Sea of Thieves official Discord and search lore channel? I remember there being a lore discussion channel, but I can't find it anywhere. Am I going crazy? It got removed. Ever since they locked us in that rat-infested room. It will fix Hourglass and bring back the lore channel. And people wonder why they deleted the lore channel. Why did they remove the lore channel? Just, there's no answer. They removed it for some reason, and why? God, I hate how the devious little wooden guy in Domino sounds. Dude, the area I'm up to, Franklin is wearing a maid outfit. How Drew has changed. Yeah, he looks a little different there. Laws for the podcast only, I guess. The storyline's so cheeks, I swear they start a plot point and then it's never brought up again. Yeah, no, that happened majorly with, what's it called? With Adventures, right? Like, that was like the death of the lore, was Adventures. All right, let's have a listen.
Before we dive into that, let's introduce who's at the table today. We've got...
My name's Richard Dinnick. I am the senior narrative designer.
Oh, Richard! Have you been on a holiday for 4 years? Dude, the narrative design, what have we had? Mr. Egg over here. What's the narrative design been recently? We've had Flameheart's Return, the entire which was the plot of the first trailer of Sea of Thieves. It was like preventing Flameheart's return. He returned, and then he sat on a chair. Briggsy, that story happened off screen, and so did the tavern lady getting skeletonized. That also happened. That's where we got the painting baby thing. It's a sick chair though. Honestly, Donut, I think the chair should encompass the entirety of the fucking back of the, like, the Reapers thing. What up, Mummy Horizon? All right, narrative designer. How's he going?
I'm Mike Chapman. I'm creative director.
I'm John McMurtry, head of video production.
I'm Shelley Preston, associate design director.
I'm James Bowden, social media lead.
Cool. So with Sea of Thieves,
Social media lead. James, can you unblock me, please, on the SOT Discord? Because you blocked me for no reason, and you said raise a ticket, and I raised a ticket, and they said, we don't want you to post offensive, we don't accept offensive posts, and I said, I haven't posted anything offensive, and then they had no proof. What up, Dale?
Season 16, there's going to be a lot of interesting new changes for Captain Flameheart and the Reaper's Bones. But
Is there going to be a lot of interesting changes, or is it going to be like you add a voyage and fire your co-worker Owlet? Yeah. What does the drink those two have? That looks like it's Lipton iced tea, and that's that Agua Libra still water. Wait. Still water? Oh, shit. Dude, those who know. Right back again with the $27 sparkling water brand. Dude, how much is a can of Lipton? He's got what looks like a mango flavor, and he's got like a citrus, a lemon.
before we get into that, let's take a second to step back and reflect on who is Captain Flameheart. For those that don't know, who is this pirate and what's his place in the Sea of Thieves? Mike.
Thank you. He's the real hero of the game. No, well, maybe he is. No, he is His Royal Highness. He is the would-be skeleton king of the Sea of Thieves. He is an ashen skeleton lord. So he has been transformed by the magic of the Sea of Thieves to become
Bro asks a question, then immediately hops on his phone. He's like, I don't give a shit, dude.
the form he is today. So he's a
What sick drink do the rare devs have now? So two of them have a can of Lipton, the other two have the the fucking $13 still water.
fearsome figure with a beating heart within his chest that literally represents his passion, his burning passion to be in the Sea of Thieves.
You can't say that and then have him in the game as a guy who just sits on a chair and does nothing, and the only way currently to contribute to him is by getting on a boat and doing PvE. You can't say his flaming heart represents his passion when his burning passion is his fucking hemorrhoid. That's why. Well, no, you know what? The current burning is the hemorrhoids he's getting from staying stuck on that chair. It's sad there's so many new players who don't even know about Flameheart. Why would they? This game doesn't have a very good advertising thing for like the lore because they deleted the lore channel. And Eggman over here, I guess, forgot about doing his job for 4 years.
And to conquest these lands. But he's
Conquest reference.
also
All right, Jiff, fucking simmer down, bro. Just, ease up. I need to be cringe, brother. You needed a break? Yeah.
fair to say probably a bit of a misunderstood figure. Like for us, Captain Flameheart taps into, I think, what's powerful about the pirate life for all of us growing up, which
PvE or sitting down?
is that sense to not be controlled and to have freedom and to make your own rules. And that was his background, to escape the tyranny of the real world and escape into a place where he could have this endless freedom. So I would
Endless freedom to sit down.
hope that people see something to sympathise with Captain Flameheart. But today he's very much a fearsome figure. He's this legendary.
Own your boat in an unsinkable area for Hourglass bannable. Just him and two other brigs take one down. It's not bannable, but they're working on removing all the spots bit by bit.
Pirate that has very much become this dark pirate legend, and he has aspirations
Are they glazing themselves again this podcast? They haven't yet. Not yet. Wyron, no one in this room is Drew, you idiot.
to become the king of the Sea of Thieves.
And he's been in Sea of Thieves since before we even launched. Like we actually had him there in the E3 2016 trailer.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he was.
So why was it important to have a character like you've mentioned a little bit there, but why is it important to have a character like Flameheart at the centre of stories in Sea of Thieves?
It's a great question, and I'll try and keep it as short and succinct as possible. But there is, just for a bit of background, and I'm sure everyone listening in will understand this, but the but their foundational storytelling and world building in Sea of Thieves is based on this notion that the Sea of Thieves is a real place.
Some people really think that.
We could leave this podcast and go there today if we had the map.
Oh no. Oh no, this is why they're enabling delusion. Oh no. Mike, what are you saying, bro?
To find it somewhere near the Bermuda Triangle in the real world.
No, not in the real world, Mike. What are you saying? What are you saying, Mike? It's not real.
This pirate world beyond the horizon where the golden age of piracy lives forever. So,
by the way, the map thing you said isn't lore accurate. Really? They go to Sanctuary for their long weekends. Oh, Jesus, Cliff.
what was the question again?
Why was he there? Why isn't somebody who's been there from the
Sorry, I was building up to that, as you can tell.
I think sending your fans to the Bermuda Triangle is a good idea. Yeah, I think sending a lot of the people on Twitter on a sailing quest to the Bermuda Triangle, yeah, that'll pay off, I reckon. People actually believe this place. Here's the lead of the game saying, yeah, you know, SOT's a real thing, you know.
So,
Cut that.
no, leave it in. This is just open and transparent. No, but like the way we see all these characters, and there have been a few characters, Captain Flameheart being one of the main ones that have been with us in some of the very early trailers. But it's based on this notion that Sea of Thieves, land beyond the horizon where the pirate life lives forever. But this idea that the Sea of Thieves, anyone who gets to the Sea of Thieves has answered the call of adventure. They've sought something beyond what the real world can give them. So,
missed the funny launch? Me too. I think he was meaning it was an escape from the real world, which is not much better when it comes to SOT. Well, yeah. I like this though. Like, you know, come to where the land of piracy rules forever. It's like, bro, everyone just runs now.
The Sea of Thieves is very
We
much
can
this
hope, Red
meeting
Spikes.
point in the real world where anything's possible, where people answer the call of adventure. So, with a lot.
Hey guys, my favorite call of adventure is basically I'm in this big open ocean and there's all these islands, and then what I do is I go and I fish, and then if I see a single other sign of a living person, I don't even have to see them. I just drop everything I'm doing and I sail the fuck away from where I am. Belle is real. Dude, where is Belle? I haven't seen Belle in like 2 years, it feels like. Hi, Crowd. I saw you pretty good this game, so I bought the game day, quit my job, dropped out of college, used my savings on cool skins. Can't wait to be good like you, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Reaper 5 on map, dive again. Call it to adventure of collecting 100 horns off random beaches. Yeah, the call of sailing in a straight line away.
About early characters, we explored the notion of the Sea of Thieves can give you things that the real world can't. So,
oh, Mike, stop saying this. There's specific people or a person watching this who is drooling hearing you say this.
You become who you were always meant to be in
no.
Sea of Thieves. And because of that, a lot of our early characters explored the morality of people and how that becomes transformed when they come to the Sea of Thieves. So,
yo, hang on. Who wants to talk about the morality of people? Did you know that Theb and I approach people in this game and we observe them and we confuse them and people think we're bullying them and we're immoral? Did you know that it is immoral to approach another player in the game and that's it? That's the morality that they're talking about. The fuck is bro yapping about? Belle was in the previous adventure where you had to help awaken the ancient warrior. Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
A literal figure who's so passionate about being a pirate, he has this beating flame in his chest. Flameheart was always the embodiment of the dark, or the perceived dark side of that.
Belle was in the Guardians of Fortune hideout. Yeah, I'm not going there.
Thematically, Captain Flameheart has always been.
So I was really going to see that bad bitch Sovereign in the Raw. Dude, I'm going to see... If SOT is real, I'm going to go I'm going to go to the Sea of Thieves in real life, and I will invent an actual CRUD launch. I will pioneer genuine launching technology in real life, and then I'll come back and I'll report my findings on how to do it. A pack of 24 of those iced tea cans of 48 Australian dollars. Good budget spending rare, $27 on water and $48 on tea. Jesus Christ. You'll be banned IRL. Hey, Crud Launch was never bannable.
Like, we try not to say main characters. Pirates are our main characters. That's the way we see it. But he's right there with the Pirate Lord. There's almost the antithesis of what that role is. He is one
So
of
comically
he's
large
one of the
slingshots on
main
every
characters
vessel.
in the
Yeah.
game. And he was important to explore really early on thematically.
And as a character, he's got a lot of story there already. Like, he's been on a bit of a journey. Like, he's, you know,
to say the least.
you know, like, now this is maybe there's some bits of his story that have been in
Maybe
elements outside of the game, like in novels, etc. But obviously, he's a pirate cursed into skeletal form, destroyed by a pirate.
Has anyone heard of a pirate cursed into skeletal form in Sea of Thieves? I think that's the only one, right? Like, there's not any other characters. Pirate Lord told me not to sink merchants and leave my storage crate on the dock. What the fuck?
Pirate alliance in the Sea of Thieves, trapped in his own remains for years and years, and then released by Captain Pendragon. But in a world where Pirates players are creating their own stories,
what are their own stories they're creating?
Why is it important for us to have a narrative, to have things changing for, say, this particular character, Captain Flamer? Why is it important to have a narrative running throughout the years alongside those stories that they create?
Dude, Eggman here is going to be in so much trouble if he has to explain how he hasn't moved the narrative in like 4 years. What does the cost of cheat users fit in the pantheon of salt NPCs? Pirate Lord told me how to farm wholesome chunkers upvotes. What narrative? No, that's it. What narrative? This guy here's the narrative director, and it's just like, bro, there's been no narrative for like the entire time I've played the game almost, other than when the adventures were happening. Like, Flameheart's return was just a guy showing up after something. What up, French Toast? Much you missed. They're discussing the narrative of Sea of Thieves, and I'm kind of disputing the fact that a narrative has been existing or moving for the last couple of years. He's putting his hand on Mike's knee. I'd love his job. Oh, dude, that'd be a great job. Be like, oh, how's the narrative going? He'd be like, all right, guys, what we want to do next is we're going to make it so there's a bit of Reaper's graffiti 2 weeks before the season comes out about Reapers. And they go, ooh, that's a narrative decision, my man. He goes, thank you. I will now go return to my sarcophagus for 2 years. I'm literally in the fucking negatives now, even though I already did everything I was told to do. Stop it. What are you talking about, Immortal Rage? Trying to figure out a way to tell them he's never read a book.
Oh, there's so many, there's so many facets to that. But I think the core.
I'm like actually getting robbed. What are you talking about? There's no way you're type. What? That's 48 without shipping, by the way. You can only get them in a 6 or a 24 pack, and one's a different flavor for the same price. They're really blowing the budget if these aren't personally bought. The fact that it was the same, the same Stillwater in the last two. Oh, I'm gonna get a phone call in 30 minutes, but it'll only be 2 minutes, just FYI. The fact that they've still got the same Stillwater tells me it's in office. Was there any lore around the Ancient Megs returning? No, Merrick showed up and said, "Ooh, they're on their way. I might not be getting that pink hogcat." Oh, man. My bank account was hacked and I cancelled everything, lost all my money. Now my bank told me I'm shit out of luck. Oh, fuck. Where the game budget goes? Yeah, luxury fucking fluids.
Part of it is the idea that Sea of Thieves is this canvas for players to live their own stories. It's a canvas for imagination. But we've always believed that a world that you understand at a foundational level, you understand what the characters represent and what they're saying, why the world is the way it is, why islands are named the way they are, past adventures that have happened before you got there, a world that's got a sense of...
Past adventures, you mean all the adventures? Because there's none more coming? What up, Rage? Just chilling, brother.
Permanence and a sense of history, we believe makes it easier for players who invest in that to have their own adventures, because you believe you're doing it on a world that's really been thought about quite deeply, which it has, if you can tell. But I just think it's all part of empowering players to have their own story. It's never to detract from that.
Bro, my game froze mid-hourglass. You know, Immortal Rage, that sucks, dude. Tim Molyneux as a virus and Rare must have picked it up at the game conference a decade ago? Probably.
If anything, it's to empower that, because you're not the one bringing life to the world alone. The world already has that sense of history and life.
When will they address any criticism? They don't know there's criticism because they go look at the SOT Discord and it's all deleted or it's interrupted by mods saying hi to each other.
You're just adding to that. You're the next ones in line telling your stories.
Yeah. And what do you think it's like, Shell? I'll ask you. Like, what do you think it's like to sort of, what is the opportunity
I don't know what you have to do
when
there,
we are able
Moderate.
to
That's
tell
fucked,
stories
dude.
over
Sorry to hear
extended
that.
periods of time?
For me, I think it's really exciting because we do have this almost endless opportunity with this living, breathing world. As Mike said, like the world is changing, and
is the world changing? Is the world changing though? What's changed recently in the world? Let's see. We got docs for the Hunter's Call merchants. Sorry, the Hunter's Call emissary, which okay, that was done in 2 pieces. It was half a doc, then it was complete. We had the skeleton camps where you put a little bit of construction equipment on each of those islands, and then in 2 weeks they were complete. And now we've got Reaper's graffiti on a bunch of shit for a season that starts in 2 weeks. If the world was growing, I feel like it would be a gradual thing and not a last minute, oh shit, we better make it look like some new shit's about to come into the game. We got jellyfish, that's not the world growing or changing. Those were supposed to be there the whole time, I guess. The only island with law implemented by characters is that Thieves haven't got its name because that's the first island they landed on. A new region would be great. They're never doing that, though. There's boars now. You got to think about this, though, right? When it's a PvE, PvP completionist, that's me. Yo, check this out. I just updated my my profile viewer today. Look at these numbers, baby. Oh, everything done except for a little bit of Hourglass and a Shrouded Ghost. Oh, 99.77%, baby. The PvE, PvP completionist. Just got to do the PvP part still. Yeah, this was able to be updated. Look at this. Look at this progress right here. We finished Hunter's Call. We got a few syncs for the Pirate Lord for Guardians. And we got a shitload of syncs for Flameheart. Oh, we're good. We even got, secretly, 2 more champion syncs and another champion sync. We're almost done. We're almost done. I don't think we need a big map, but more islands or a huge change to current islands would be nice. I've said it a million times, right? Like, they just need to do slight changes. Submerge some islands, emerge some. Very little remote support can do, like you can. Oh, yeah, talking to him. Congrats, bro. Thanks. I mean, I'm getting there. What up, Chameleon? I've just got to do more Hourglass, but, you know, fuck that. Big fan of jellyfish, but these ones sucks, making them sting. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, think about the balls, the jellyfish, the lizards, and shit. Those being added randomly in the middle of the game's life, is the implication supposed to be they were always there? Like, because, like, it's not like suddenly there's balls, right? They didn't do any... Is jellyfish banned on stream? Yes. Like, they didn't say, like, jellyfish have now somehow made them way into the Sea of Thieves. It's like, there's jellyfish now. There's boars now. There's more bats. There's seagulls. Like, I don't think that's considered a growing world. There's paintings of Devil's Ridge of boars since day one. You're right. No, there's cave paintings everywhere. Oh, hell yeah, Carly. Good shit. I want bayonets. Yeah. Which was a golden instance and lift the shroud to top left. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. What about 10k Hourglass titles? Nah, I'm not doing that. You don't understand the complex narrative, I swear. Yeah, so all I'm saying is I don't think the new ambient shit is considered part of the world changing and growing as much as it is the implication is that they should have been there the whole time in the lore. And this is all about the lore, apparently.
Sometimes it's, you know, players are reacting to that or the world is reacting to players. We have this long kind of journey that players can go on. And I think it's a canvas for inspiring better role play for players as well. So you might align yourself with what Flameheart stands for, and that can strengthen how you see yourself in the world and how you want to role play in Sea of Thieves. Or maybe you just align yourself with the way the Pirate Lord and his sense of morality and his pirate's code. And I think us being able to
if you align yourself with the Flameheart and sink other boats, people will call you slows. What up, Ragsy? Should I get Ghost Curse, Skelly Curse? Skelly Curse. I want to advertise the game to role players. Oh my god. Because they've almost gotten rid of all the PvPers. Like the one thing in the ocean, humans haven't been able to impact the population itself negatively yet. When was the last time the Pirate Lord did anything? I think the Veil I think the Veil was the last time he did anything, right? Other than the what's it called? The Adventures. Good night. See you, Skelly Curse. Thank you. Monkey Island. Oh, yeah, no, he showed up at Monkey Island. Yeah, because that was connected to the Adventures. Yeah, that was the last thing he did. But that was just him going, "Hey, give me that sword!" And then he left. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he declared war on Flameheart 3 Hourglass. Oh god, remember when they implied it was going to be like a factional war with things that affect the future of the game? And like everyone was kind of role-playing for a bit, where they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, let's do this for the fucking servants, dude. I remember. Still waiting for him to bury his son. I love Salt Law. Base, dude. Exactly, Nova. It really didn't change. No, they cancelled the fact that it would change the game. If you remember, in both of the new hideout sections, there's like a little map with the little boat models on it, and that was being used to track who was getting the most wins. And then they just set them to 3 on each, and they just cancelled it. Like they just don't care anymore, or I guess they de-scoped it, as they tend to do.
Veil bits and pieces of story and evolve that means that
The two-headed skeleton. Oh yeah, there's an NPC as well for both of them, and you go, who's winning the current war on the Sea of Thieves? And they go, the battles are a constant. It's like, okay, but you said who was winning would affect certain things. Imagine if every single season there was either an Athena or Reaper tipped scale stuff applying on top of what the season was. Like, imagine if Reapers or Servants were winning last season, that this season, yes, there's Hunter's Call, but also Reapers gets an expansion and like a new thing. Even if it's just new boat cosmetics based on Hourglass. They gutted that feature entirely, just dialogue options. Yeah. Hourglass Ledger being community goal. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, and the community gets a reward. Yeah, and it should affect parts of what comes each season. It would literally lead to people teaming up, like being like, all right, everyone who's diving for Guardians, sink every servant you see. Like, lore-wise, I don't get the Pirate Lord. He seems like a control freak who wants everyone serving him. How's he a good guy? I mean, he has 3 knives in his back. Isn't the implication that his crew stabbed him because they betrayed him because he was a piece of shit? That's never been expanded upon. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm not a lore guy. In fact, no one is a lore guy anymore. And the reward's not being Eastern something. Yeah. I love the Pirate Lord's voice, but I really just hate the NPC and everything he does. Sucks that Athena Hourglass gets bow cosmetics for earlier levels, such as Legendary Table Chair, whereas Reapers get jack shit. Yeah. Wish I could check the lore channel for info about this. Yeah, they didn't even archive it. Like, you can't even go view it, and it's locked. It's just gone. I mean, I like the Battle of Golden Sands, which everyone just blew up and nobody defended it. Yep. Not about gold, it's about glory. It's not about either of that. Wasn't the Gold Hoarder his mate or something? I don't even know. I don't know the Wrathbone lore. They should have like Burning Blade Table as Reaper Hourglass rewards. They should have anything as Hourglass rewards, actually. That's a theory. There hasn't been a confirmed reason why he died, though. Yeah, and like that's good, you know, like theory crafting. But I guarantee they'll never do anything with it.
the players gameplay themselves and their role play.
Generally didn't even know there was a real SOT story till my friend told me, and I've been playing for years. Yeah, like when I started playing in 2021, there was no story happening, and then they started doing adventures, and then they stopped doing adventures. And I was like, oh, story, oh, it's gone. So, yeah.
And how they see themselves in the world is also ever evolving. So the fact that we get to tell this story, it makes it feel more real, because it isn't a story that just has an end and you close the book and it's done.
Yeah.
It should.
It's a living, breathing story that's going to be ongoing for as long as Sea of Thieves is around.
And obviously, Richard, you're sort of
Here we
deep
go.
into that. You're
Eggman,
there,
let us hear it.
Crafting new stories. Like, what's the opportunity for you? How do you see that?
It's
Justify your job here, Richard.
such an exciting game to work
Okay.
on, and to work with Mike is a treat.
Nothing to do with narrative. Keep going.
It is. He's a genius, everyone.
Oh, leave that in. Don't you dare cut that.
Can you make that? Can you make an animated thumbnail that's just that?
Don't cut that just to hurt me.
I was thinking,
The story's meant to be ongoing. Why don't they work on it? Well, as Shelley just said, you know, you kind of make the story yourself. I bet they hate each other. No, I bet old Ricky here might be having the pump put on him, being like, hey man, the story hasn't fucking really moved in years, and the slight amounts of movements you've done could have been done in one day. What's going on? And he's like, oh, Mike, I love you. You're my favorite boss, world's best boss. I'll buy you that mug. Please don't make me do anything. Humpty Dumpty and MF, but they're lovers? Nah.
Thinking that obviously we were BAFTA nominated as one of the best evolving games, and that's what
And nothing to do with the narrative.
we do. We evolve, we change. It's different to when I arrived on these shores about 3 years ago.
Hang on. The narrative director, designer, whatever, started in 2022. Hang on. Hold on a second. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, so first, who was there before him and what happened? And then second, what did you do, bro? Richard, what did you do, Richard? Richard, what's this about? Richard, you've been working here since 2022? What have you done, Richard? And what have you done since? What have you done since? Dog, fire this man ASAP. Oh, wow. That is interesting to learn that Bro's directed air into his lungs. Dude, he's directed money into his bank account while sitting there being like, I wonder when they're going to ask me to actually, how to like, you know, I wonder when they're going to ask me to log in for the day. I haven't done that yet. I don't even know my password. Bro showed up and got paid. Bro's been remote ever since. Yeah. This is his first day in the office and he's like, fuck.
To never mind what it was on day one. So, and I get, sometimes players get frustrated, as we do, that we can only shine the focus spotlight of our lighthouse on one particular aspect of the game or one particular trading company or whoever it is at one time.
Bro, you shine it on no one. Sure, you could say this season was Hunter's Call, but what did Hunter's Call really get? Fishing and Megs, the things that already existed. A spear that's useless. Boars, which is more of a world thing than a Hunter's Call thing. An extra 0 added to the number of levels. You haven't answered a single question yet, dude.
But that's the only frustration, and
it's not. The real frustration, Richard, is that narratively the game has been a fucking black hole for years.
Otherwise, it's...
I have to tell him next season is next week, probably. Like, so, Richard, so the next season starts on the 22nd. What have you got planned? And he's like, the next season of what? Faction that hunts things and now hunts things? Yeah, the same things, though. Generally sad they're not working on SOT 2. Like, what do they spend their time on? It's concerning. They're spending their time on Everwild. Flameheart bad? Oh, yeah. Richard's like, I think I cooked with this one, guys. Flameheart's a villain. What is that weird folder on the table right now? It looks like that. I thought that was like a biscuit. And like Richard here and both Mike, they're like, I want to eat that biscuit, mate. Upcoming story, Reaper property damage arc. What is Everwild? You know what Everwild is.
Really,
see ya, Aaron.
The sky's the limit on what we can think of to put in the game to excite players and to get the lore hounds drooling at the prospect of new lore drops.
Which you're not doing? What are you... Richard, what are you doing, bro? Richard, why do you have a job here? What are you talking about? The sky's the limit. You haven't done anything. Get the lore hounds drooling. For what? Nothing. I'm sorry, but anyone who genuinely wants to discuss lore in this game, when you see the Reaper's graffiti, that's not lore. When the Reaper's graffiti shit to tease the season coming, that's not what lore is. Lore is a fucking backstory. Lore is not teasing an upcoming season is not lore. Teasing exploring previously written content that wasn't included in the game is lore. But teasing the fact, oh look, the Reaper graffiti, that means there's Reapers. Oh, new lore. What's the lore? The lore. It's not lore to say that something's about to happen. Like, does he know lore? Or do you know lore? At this point, Richard just says slur. What the fuck is a lore hound? Wonder what the creative process was for taking 6 years to get Flameheart in the game. Writing shit on the walls and calling it art is not creative. It's not creative, but also it's not lore. Like, that's not... I think a lot of people in the community don't understand what lore is. And they go, ooh, look at this. There's new lore. It's like... Lore isn't just a thing. You don't understand the implied narrative. The implied narrative of, hey guys, there'll be a new season next week.
So yeah, no, it's a fantastic job, honestly.
Richard, you haven't answered the fucking question, dude. You're just trying to keep yourself employed. Hidden hints that point to a storyline is lore, but doing the obvious graffiti that point out what we already know isn't. Yeah, exactly. Like there is, yeah. It's
I think you're right though that is the biggest challenge is that
the biggest challenge is that you do have a job, Richard.
When we're looking for seasons, we're looking at seasons.
About Richard on Crudcast, I will at the end of next season when he's fired. The only law they have is ancients. They keep talking about, but don't talk about them more. There are just symbols on rocks for them. Yeah, like yeah. See the sick, awesome tarot cards they did for the 100th time. Oh, dude, yeah, no, that the fucking I forget the name of there's a Twitter account that like always posts them, and it's just like this is nothing. It's just like the new card says Reaper, and then the next card says coming soon. Oh shit. Like, yeah, that's not fucking lore, that's just like teasers. Nothing fucking happened since Flameheart Resurrection. People who joined this game will not even realize Burning Blade got added years or even years after his resurrection. We're stuck in Reaper, Athena War, and Flameheart plan something. What did I miss? Nothing okay, but great. Just, this whole podcast is about the lore of the game, and there is none anymore. Can't hint to something you've outright stated. I suppose some players don't listen to everything Rare put out. I mean, yeah, that's fair. New cards say new update soon. Wonder what that could mean. They say Pi Wat Import William.
And the gameplay that we want to bring, like mechanically or emotionally, the features of that season might take us down a certain path from a story point of view. We don't just want to ever bolt anything on or craft it on. It has to be true to what we're trying to achieve with that season, which means sometimes, this season isn't about continuing what's just happened with Flameheart's story, for example, or
why not?
With something else you've seen elsewhere. And we feel that as well, that like we'd love to just be able to continuously tell every bit of the story, but the kind of gameplay and that evolution of that is also like key.
Maybe this is really obvious actually, but the world for our players and the world for the characters in that world are very similar.
Mark, what are you saying? What are you saying, bro? You made me fucking cough, Mike. What are you saying?
Like the characters who found the Sea of Thieves before players booted up the game were impaired by that same freedom and were transformed as a result. And it's literally the focus of the gameplay. We give players so much freedom and they gravitate towards certain styles of play. Are they going to gravitate towards PvP and the Reapers?
No.
Have they always wanted to play an adventure game, so they gravitate more toward the PvE style of play?
Yes, but they do it in an offensive way.
And that idea of crossing the Devil's Road into the Sea of Thieves and escaping into another world is exactly how we want players to feel when they boot up the game. So I think there's a great parallel between the world building and the experience that we want our players to have. But even the idea of what differentiates Sea of Thieves is the freedom we try and give our players. But
the freedom, such as you can no longer change your weapon on other people's ships. We added a harpoon gun, but it's a weapon instead of equipment. We don't want you to have any way to catch up to people that run. God, what other freedom? We don't want people to be able to catch up people if they're in a dead wind chase now. Oh, just so good. I like how they talk about it as if no one does both. That's the other thing, right? It's like, yeah, I do both. That's the thing that I always like when people think I'm like this evil fuckhead PvP psycho that sinks like swabbies. It's like, no, I literally do more. I do this. I do this. I do everything. I do all this. I do all of this with a big focus on this and less focus on this. Like, big focus on this, obviously. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Sure, I'll fight you in game, but like, you know, like, no. The insane difference of playstyles between me and Theb is really fucking funny, and I think that's why a lot of people enjoy the content. Because we're almost the opposite ends. He just wants to fucking kill everything he can see. I just want to, and screw with people, obviously. I just want to complete the game and screw with people. Like, UK is known for freedom. Posting shitposts on Twitter and not getting banned. Yeah, you're free, but don't make a fake post like people have been doing for decades. Was next Crowdex Theb stream? So Theb update. Let's get a Theb computer update. So his CPU was lost in the desert. And that's all he needs. But Theb update part 2 is today he just went and bought one. So Theb gaming soon. Theb gaming soon. But this was really, really funny to see. It was like, aha, aha, aha. Because this was supposed to arrive on Monday for him. We're so back, yeah. So he'll want money soon, so I'm sure he'll be back. He's still not going to stream? Probably fucking not.
But that's exactly what's special about the pirate life, and it's why that...
Wait, have they announced if they're doing drops for the new season launch? They haven't done, they haven't done like a... Wait, did they? Hang on, let me go to... where's the like this month in SOT article? Don't think so yet. No, not yet. Oh, okay. Damn. I was gonna say like, because if there's drops on new season, he'll definitely want to jump on.
That theme is matched to the gameplay. So I guess we believe wholeheartedly that the fantasy, the player fantasy.
Oh, don't talk about the player fantasy.
The history of the lore are absolutely one, and I think that's another reason why we've thought long and hard.
Did you just imply that our own fake lore is part of the game real? When's next season start? Next Thursday. Did you just imply that, like, the lore you invent is also canon?
About the stories and the characters is because we're trying to inspire that feeling in our players through having these great examples of characters like Captain Flameheart, or almost represent that notion like so many characters in the game, the Siren Queen, the Pirate Lord, the Great Warrior. These are... the
characters that you keep refusing to do anything with. May 23rd to 26th is drops. Where's that?
Sirens, Merfolk, I mean, the list goes on. The skeletons, the phantoms. Like, can you ultimately survive in the Sea of Thieves?
Can you full screen this?
If you don't transform.
Nah, because then,
I think that's the story we're
really
telling. Like, who really has a successful decade and decade of life in the Sea of Thieves without eventually succumbing to something? And the Pirate Lord stayed true to the crew bond, and he himself is a ghost, and he gets...
What is he saying? I don't fucking know, because there's no law anymore, so they don't know. Rostone, if you know who the fuck is the Great Warrior. I know who it is. Maybe the Siren Queen killed DeMarco for absolutely no reason other than shock value. Yeah, the Siren Queen, who, by the way, was canonically dead at that point, and sirens don't come back.
To live on and tell his stories. So players are on that journey as well. Like, can you stay yourself, or does who you really are inside have to eventually take physical form in the Sea of Thieves? And like, we love that idea. So, yeah.
I was just going to say, you triggered something in me, that it's a beautiful conceit and a kind of spot the difference between the Pirate Lord who greets you on the maiden voyage and Flameheart, who is now sitting at Reaper's hideout waiting for you. You have to seek him out. There's no he's going to come and see you and go, well, this is the code. Although they do have edicts, of course, the Reaper's bones, but they're far darker than look after your friends and everyone's welcome.
What is anyone saying? What? What are you people yapping about? What is this? What are we hearing? Just, can anyone answer a question with an actual fucking answer and not just a random fucking yap? British? The lady hasn't spoken the whole time. No, she spoke. This guy hasn't spoken. Old vest man. Is this room a hot box? Dude, something is in that still water that they're drinking. What the fuck are they talking about? Did he say e-dates? And he said edict. What is SOT even about anymore? I don't know, because there's no law. What was he saying? I love the second mystery ended with a JPEG on Twitter. Such fulfilling lore. Would love to see a new sea monster. Well, that got canned. Did I miss much? No, because nothing that's been said here. What is it? The chapter's called "What's Exciting About a Live Service Narrative." This is insane ramblings. Everything's starting to make sense now. What the fuck are these people talking about?
But there is that, like, Flameheart.
I know why, but they make it as if both the Pirate Lord and Flameheart are the same, but I do not think they know what they're doing with the lore story. They don't! Think about starting streaming already, making videos? Do you have any tips? Yeah, just do it. I was going to permit for that there, Mega Keg. Just announce a multiverse already.
Could have been the brother of the Pirate Lord in another life. They are the same.
Two sides of the same coin.
The same things drive them, but one turned a different corner. One chose themselves and power over others.
We have lots of different ways of telling stories in Sea of Thieves, obviously. There's the world building that you were talking about, Richard. And then we've got obviously the more obvious narrative experiences like, say, a Tall Tale, for example.
Which we don't do those anymore.
But one thing we did back in 2022 were a year's worth of adventures. So I'm curious to know, what did we learn from that style of storytelling, that frequency of storytelling as well? And maybe, James, if you want to talk about maybe what landed with the community in that.
Richard looks down in defeat. Yeah. Oh, the subtle clue this podcast is going absolutely nowhere and they have no idea what they're doing by the guy wearing a Hoarders Hunt shirt. Yeah, no, that's him wearing the fucking Hoarders Hunt shirt. It's like, what are you doing? The mystery was a year and a half ago, and like, what are you doing? One has 3 knives in the back and you won't explain the other got actual burial from crew. Yeah. The Pirate Lord and Flameheart, 2 sides, same coin, because one greets you and one sits down. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? Let's hear his glorious insight. This is going to make or break the podcast. The man with the vest and the leather-bound little diary. We're about to see this man either save this or just absolutely cook it again.
As well.
I can give it a go.
Yeah.
Some words. No, definitely, like, within the adventures, obviously we had so many different styles of adventures. One of the craziest things about that year was, like, you know, one month it was a detective thing going between islands, like seeing the death of a key character, and then, you know, the next it was I'm just trying to think now.
Oh no, he's cooking it. You're trying to think? You can't remember the fucking story? Here's a spoiler. The adventures turned out to be an advertisement for Monkey Island because last minute you decided, shit, we need to do this Tall Tale set. And so we've just kind of dropped all the stories of the adventures. And then you took the feedback that people didn't like adventures was only 2 weeks long. So they said, we're going to add permanent adventures in the future. And then they didn't add any more adventures. And they said, sorry, we're never doing adventures again. That's what really happened, if you've forgotten.
But I know the ones I want to talk about.
To be fair, do you remember the adventures? Yep, I do.
I want to talk about the decision points. That's why I'm stumbling on everything else. So I just want to...
Bro, the only one who brought a book with him forgot. We're so cooked. The book's probably blank. Let's see if we can get an angle on the book. Hang on. Is there... Oh, there appears to be text there.
But I know the ones I want to talk about. The ones I want to talk about are the decision points. That's why I'm stumbling on.
Dropped all development on the game to Monkey Island. Pirates Life Tall Tale had the Monkey Island teaser. I think that was in development for ages. Oh, no, it was. But what I mean is, they said, hey, team, so I know you're doing the adventures, but Monkey Island's coming soon. We're going to make the adventures segue into that. And then you guys have to work on Monkey Island instead. Or continue working on it instead. I have a theory the drinks are glued to the table as props.
On everything else. So I just want to get to the decision points because they were the ones, it was Lost Sands, which is obviously players decide.
Sands?
deciding the fate of what was Golden Sands Outpost, and then Return of the Damned, which was deciding between Flameheart and Pendragon themselves. And like I think those were definitely.
Do you remember the guy with the book looks like a model for the fat rats in Flushed Away, the evil tech guy from Teen Titans, or the most avid parasocial D&D player ever? I said this guy had the chance to save it because he's wearing a cool vest. Could have saved it.
Like some really key times where we saw players absolutely, planting their flag in the ground, as it were. Not that they don't often do that anyway, but those were.
Bro thinks you can plant flags in the ground in this game. You can't. What the hell?
Were some clear, like, call to actions, and I especially remember around Lost Sands, like the amount of people creating like posters to try and get people to. Or trying to argue
like
why
campaigns
it was like campaigns,
argue, yeah.
And it was like, this is why we need to blow it up. This is why we need to. But obviously, we never told anyone what was going to happen, and that's one of the craziest things because I know you had ideas for either or.
Both, yeah.
Did you though? Did you have ideas for either team winning? I don't think you did. I think the team was always to make Port Merrick. I don't think there was ever a plan to pretend that the community's interactions and contributions made a difference. We never told everyone it was rigged, but they all found out. I mean, look, I was against when people were saying, well, look, the sales clearly say that it was to do with the rescuing of Port Merrick. Like the leaked sales. Oh, they weren't leaked. They added them to the fucking game files. Golden Sands is ruined as fuck right now, though. To be fair, Golden Sands is actually the worst island in the game because of the fucking stutter. So, it was actually rigged. Yeah. It was incredibly rigged. You could see the fucking sales that you got that said for saving Golden Sands. Wasn't there a supply crate cheese that won it? So, if anyone remembers, there was a live ticker of which side was winning, and then that randomly froze with both teams even, and then it never got fixed again. So, either or. And
I know a lot of people said with Return of the Damned, they're like, nah, Flameheart, you only ever planned on him returning. That's not true.
It's not true.
I remember looking at the stats, behind the scenes, and it was never certain.
No. We'll talk.
I really wish. Obviously, they're lying. They always planned on Flameheart returning. I don't care if you say you didn't plan on it. You did. Imagine if somehow they didn't rig that, and then Pendragon won, and the story of Sea of Thieves from the onset of don't allow Flameheart to ever come back to the seas because he'll ruin it. He's evil. And then 5 years of nothing, and then they go, oh my god, is Flameheart going to come back? And then they go, no. And they're like, all right, cool. So now there's no actual lore left in the game because you've taken out the only story that we've had from the start, which was Flameheart's return. Instead, what we got was Flameheart's return, which has been a sum total of nothing. So, then they'd finally have to do something with the Dark Brethren. Hey, I mean, in the Dark Fortresses, they used art of the Dark Brethren, even though it had nothing to do with it. Did Flameheart come back or back? I don't even fucking know. What happened to the lady who was cured by the burning blade? Yeah. Would have been really funny if they teased him for years and then had to can him. No, so that's what I was saying during that adventure. I was like, dude, if somehow he doesn't come back, that like if they have to like make it like, oh well, we stopped him. Like it's like, all right, shut down the game. You did it. You stopped the main story of the game. Like, I want to see his head in the sky again. I miss it. I do too. It was good.
Talk about a learning. I mean, that was a learning. It was.
And the Masked Stranger at the end of Heart of Fire, probably. I haven't played that Tall Tale in like since 2021.
It was so cool. People thought it was rigged, and like it would be a lot easier if it was rigged. None of us would sleep at night, so we didn't do that.
But no, like that was
it was
one
rigged.
of those times where you absolutely saw players choosing that I am like a reaper. As you were saying, it's like, what is that piracy that is like at your heart? Is it that just like ruthless, take everything you can, like or is it that no, I'm going to stand by everyone, even though this is probably, and it was trickier to take supplies to Golden Sands Outpost than just drive explosive rowboats into it. But the players made their decision, and I think those are some of the
every time they lie, they should get sprayed with water. Well, if they did, then the fire like sprinklers would be on the whole time.
Times where you really
You should make an arena 2.0 where everyone goes on one ship and starts jiggling around their fishing rod. Honestly, they should do that. Playing lies that people are spewing is crazy. Yeah.
feel like the community,
they're just not telling the truth.
Role playing like absolutely rose
we
up.
We love the community and the role players. Let's hear about it.
It was amazing. It was also a lot of work that then got lost in a PowerPoint in terms of the what wasn't chosen. But those decision points were incredible for that, and just seeing players through
You would have to meet the word limit.
through the months, like following the characters' narratives, like players getting behind what Merrick was up to, and obviously Sarah, and then all the little bits that were going on month to month. It was good fun.
It was a really interesting sort of way to introduce new characters or get to know characters better. Like you say, Merrick was obviously a big part of the adventures, but we obviously introduced Belle in the adventures.
Yeah, where's she at now? What's she doing other than hanging out in the Pirate Legend hideout?
As well. Is there something about that frequency or that style of like experience that is better at telling stories, or do you think it's just a...
Why are they talking about any of this, by the way? None of this is like... They're not going to keep making the lore better. They're not going to make more adventures, and they're probably not going to make more tall tales. What's the point of showing people this conversation other than saying, wow, you work here and you do the narrative? What do you think about the narrative? Oh, well, the narrative, and say, oh yeah, do you remember we did adventures? Yeah, when we did adventures, we told a bit of a story. And you know Flameheart's back? Like, what's the point of this podcast? Like, just tell us what next season is. Why are you talking shit, like boring shit, unrelated, irrelevant shit? We know you don't care about the lore as much as you used to, so don't have to talk about the other stuff. I mean, yeah, because they don't want to talk about anything that's slightly negative. This was a mandated discussion. This is just PR bullshit to make the consumers think they give a shit about the lore. We know they don't care about the lore, though. I was watching for updates on that stolen drum from the 21 Pilots concert. I don't know what the fuck that's a reference to, Hannah. Jesus.
Another feather in the cap of storytelling in Sea of Thieves.
Anything worth hearing only comes from Drew. Yeah, and half the time that shit ends up being debunked by the update, unfortunately. Or as a union rep for the sock community, honestly, yeah. We get a Belle story which takes off her boots and wrinkles her witch toes. Dips them in honey. That's what my Twitter has been like for 48 hours. Yeah, because you're into that shit. Who the fuck cares about 21 Pilots? What are you, a 14-year-old white girl? Is the main sock community going to know they don't care? Well, no, the main sock community will always defend them no matter what. I feel bad for Drew, always the bearer of bad news. Yeah, no, he deserves a promotion. Or not a promotion, like he deserves more pay. Because, like, yeah, he just has to say, guys, we're confident this update will work. And then, you know, he's not the one who programs it. And then the update comes out and it doesn't work. And he goes, sorry. And it's like, yeah, we know, dude. Sorry, bro. Is Drew Tattoos guy? Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff that we did in the first couple of years of the game where, I mean, we've done this consistently throughout, but what we did with the Killer Whale and Merrick's ship becoming the Reaper's hideout, the whole story with Wonder the Warsmith, the Skeleton Curse, the Burning Blade hideout, all of that kind of evolving world building.
9 out of 10
is something
shots.
that we love. It makes the most of the fact that Sea of Thieves is live all the time. Well, almost all the time.
Okay, he caught himself on that one. I was going to say, is the Sea of Thieves live? He's on McQueen. Need a montage of Drew apologizing for Rare's mistakes. Oh, man.
It's a window you can just look through and escape into. And is not just a way we deliver the game experience. That is always there as a canvas to tell a story on, which is such a cool thing for a team like ours. But I think what was wonderful about Adventures was we were able to move the world forward a lot quicker than we would have been able to.
Yeah, remember when the Wilds was getting green and then...
with the kind of more subtle world building and world changes. I think that was what we loved about them. I think to James's point, the decision points really made the most of that, where it was a monthly moment in time that people would look forward to. And I think we look back really fondly on the decision points to go, there's something in that idea that needs to come back. I mean, I do, for proof that it wasn't rigged, look how long it took to actually bring Port Merrick in. So I think we'd need to, if that ever came back, we'd need to think about that. But I think...
Wilds getting green was just a bug they said was law to cover up. Honestly, at this point, I fucking believe you, dude. Like, what the fuck? What a cope. Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that we've tried a different styles of world building. There's definitely positives from adventures. I mean, it was awesome to work with you on cinematic trailers and have these awesome cinematic trailers that bring the world to life. I think to reflect on it, I would say that the more of a gameplay.
Back, what did I miss? Genuinely nothing has been said. Not even about the lore.
Impact.
They just keep saying, the game has lore and we've done slight changes to the world over the last 7 years, and there was adventures, and those were fun because those were like adventures. Also, the game is like a live game, and so it's constantly evolving.
Is what we'd look for now. I think some of the adventures, to your point, we had lots of different styles. We tried lots of different things deliberately.
You got to use that model of the Shrouded Ghost.
Finally, and then deletes it again because it doesn't exist anymore. There were some great examples of some gameplay in there. So probably styles of adventure, we'd probably be keen to.
And she brought me back to the game every month because at least even if it was bad times, but nowadays it's a new update release of new comms that you sometimes can't even finish because you have to wait for the next month's update. Saying so much yet nothing at the same time is not. Genuinely, every single sentence that's been uttered in this podcast so far has been just, matching, seeing how many words you can get out. Like, we just sunk this guy. He was sitting in the one spot for over 10 minutes. We arrived, sniped him once. He died in Alt F4. Fuck this game. Rod gripping his four-shrouded ghost spear in his hand while he laughs. Doesn't make great politicians. No one in Britain can be a good politician.
Explore more in the future. But I think the key for us is, I guess, trying to wed that idea.
Remember them saying something along the lines of releasing seasons in parts so there'd be less issues? They did say that, and what ended up happening was the first month of an update, a couple issues happen, and they fix them. The second month of an update, new issues arise, and the previous month's issues return. And then the third month, all of the ones from the first 2 months return, plus new ones that compound on the old ones, and it just literally that's making them do more work. I know they're doing it again for the next season, but they have to realize it's like dump everything at the start of the season, and if it's broken, fix it as you can. It's just better than what you're doing. They have 1 minute information content to spread across a half-hour video. Yeah, hey, I'm playing with an Australian. He reminds me of you. I could kiss him. Okay. And there the updates preload, and that's what caused old issues to come back. I mean, the amount of time they upload insider shit to the live version, they don't know how to do version control. It's very apparent.
Of ongoing storytelling that's more consistent, but with more of a gameplay focus. But really trying to thread
what
that
ongoing
line
storytelling?
Because it's totally understandable.
It's not ongoing storytelling if at the start of the season you tell a story for for the first update and that's it. That's not ongoing storytelling. That is just storytelling. Ongoing storytelling means, 1 week there's this, couple weeks, something else. Couple weeks, something else. But, putting a single word on a tarot card every week is not ongoing storytelling. What do you reckon will break the minute the next season starts? I feel like I'll wait till they've talked about next season to talk about what I think won't work. It's like watching someone light a firecracker but not throw it. Bring back my man Duke, yeah.
In the past, we had issues where people would miss an adventure and they'd lose the thread of the story. And the emotional beats in that story.
Hourglass again?
Really appreciate
Probably.
them if you really invested along the way. It's like a TV show. It's a kind of serialized show. That was the format that we went for. Whereas I think we want to
Or even is Duke?
try and thread the line where
busy.
The storytelling is embedded more clearly into the season, right? That's what we're actually looking at for the future.
Was last time we saw Duke in game the Merrick Tall Tale, where he had the TDM Tall Tale? Was that the last time we saw him? I think that was. They used him on the art for the Dark Fortresses, even though he wasn't involved in it in any way. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look it up right now. It was just that, right? Yeah, everyone's saying yeah. Dark Fortress. Was that what they were called? Yeah, Dark Fortresses. Fuck it. Who cares? Yeah, they used his art for that, but he wasn't there. Is Duke coming back? No. Stitcher Jim got chopped after Heart of Fire. No, Stitcher Jim was in an adventure where it was the Herald of the Flame, where you had to fight him at Molten Sands, and then he was chopped after that. He's dead though. They should have used his head for the Return of the Flameheart fucking boat voyage and had him with new lines being like, hello, come fight me.
Which is doing more seasonal storytelling. But, as another learning from Adventure, if a major moment happens...
What was the seasonal storytelling this season? Merrick showed up last season to say, there's sea beasts coming! And then this season, there was sea beasts. That's...
I think we'd think long and hard if that was something missable. That you go on holiday, you miss this major moment, and you've got no way to see it again. I think major moments in our story
Painted rocks. Yeah, good point.
We've got examples of that already, obviously, in the Tall Tales.
Yeah, there is, but there's kind of great moments that happen, those adventures that we would love to live on in the game in some form. There's a challenge with that. But yeah, there's so much story that's already in the game as a permanent fixture. But I think
barely.
New story that we add, we just want to think long and hard about making the most of a evolving live service that it's always
dude, maybe when I'm trying to explain this don't worry, just look at his hand movements.
Making the most of a evolving live service that's all
Mike, how dare you?
Always available, and you can have these moments in time, but also you don't want to miss the best bits, so it's a real challenge.
Giving players
what's he doing with his hands?
More opportunity
Bad boo. Just his cool, Mike.
To have that experience as well. Like, adventures moved so fast that you could get behind quite quickly, and there was a lot of story happening in a very compact timeline. So I think we'd look to kind of soften that so that, you know, players have got more opportunity to come along for the journey, and there's less kind of moment to moment intricate
Mike thinking about Bell a bit. Yeah, he's like, those adventures.
stuff to miss from one month to another. So to your point, you can't really miss as much.
No, one thing I would say as well, clearly our community like different styles of storytelling, like
stories that you could summarize in one sentence. Yep, less is right.
Wheel of Tall Tales.
Red Dev got those hand movements down pat. It's from working with Blizzard. He's like, you can steal the milk out of the fridges.
We love making Tall Tales. I love to think we'll make more Tall Tales in the future.
Ooh, say it again, Mike.
Like, we love Tall Tales. We love making Tall Tales.
Listen to this line right here.
I love to think we'll make more Tall Tales in the future. Like,
oh, hang on, my doctor's calling me. Be right back in like 2 minutes, guys. Yeah, be right back. He hung up on me. I answered and I was like, hello. And he was like, hello, I can't hear you. And then he just hung up on me. Okay. Back to this shit, I guess. All right. So anyway, Mike said, I like to think we'd be making more Tall Tales in the future. What? It's almost like I was right when I said they'll never make one again. You have no mods, right, Crud? What do you mean mods? Think they've died? He called to inform you? That's all good. He's watching Crudstream right now. He's like, oh, I didn't see you alive, brother. Nah, he'll call again in a minute.
No plans.
No plans. Oh, bro.
tall tales. I love to think we'll make more tall tales in the future. Like, you know, no plans.
Mods in stream. I don't really need mods. Dude, that's crazy. So we've got the lore master here, the narrative king, Mr. Egg. Adventures are done. No plans for Tall Tales. The story moves at one piece of slight world change, incredibly slight, as in Reaper's Graffiti or a Hunter's Call fucking doc. What the fuck is Egg Dude doing here? What could Season 17 be? I don't even know, yeah. Nothing's been leaked either, so... Oh, one thing has, but it's not relevant. Yeah, I don't fucking know. We have no plans for the story stuff you guys want, so why are you doing this podcast? Yeah, like... What? So, what is the point of this other than say, we love lore, we used to put lore in the game when we did like Adventures, Tall Tales and stuff, and now we're never doing that ever again. But the world does evolve because 2 weeks ago there was no graffiti all over the seas, and now there is, and that's a teaser for next season where nothing new will happen to the world until we're near the end of it, and we'll say, oh, next season's going to be a season featured around eggs, so we're going to put cartons of eggs everywhere. Like, genuinely, if you have no plans on doing the lore shit, why the fuck are you telling us?
But there's so many different styles of storytelling, and
how many tall tales did you say?
So many. When people gravitate towards different.
Mr. Egg just came to drink Lipton. He's so far away from it. Oh, hang on. Now Mum's calling me. Jesus Christ. Hello. Hey, what's up? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. It should say on the thing, it should say either we'll call you in a few days, or it should say click here to book a follow-up. When she logs into it, there should be like info on like upcoming scheduled calls or something, if there is. Yeah. Yeah, if she goes on the website, it should say like upcoming like stuff like that. Yeah, she'll need to log in. Yeah. All right, wait. Say hi to the stream.
Hello, everyone from Crud's mum.
All right, thanks. See you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, every time. She loves that, by the way. She loves doing that. She never knows what to say, and she's like, oh, sometimes I'm like, oh, should I say Kyle or Crud? I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter, Mum. She's famous, yeah. Oh. Hello, everyone. It's Crud's mum. Yeah, just. Yeah. No, I knew I wasn't muted because yeah, there was nothing important. All right. So yeah, if only she could see everyone's response. I've shown her. I showed her. If anyone remembers, I think it was last year for her birthday. There was a bunch of people at Reapers, and I got them to sing "Happy Birthday" to my mum, and I filmed it and I sent it to her. She loved that. And then I showed her all the screenshots of every person in chat saying happy birthday to her. Yeah, no, she loves that. She loves that. All right, let's see. Oh, she gonna do a brand deal for you. This phone call sponsored by Raid. I'm never doing a fucking Raid sponsorship again. I don't even want to talk about the one I'm doing right now. If it wasn't a big base rate, I'd fucking not even talk about it on stream. Very lovely lady. Hope she's doing good. She's good. She's good. Yeah, no, I've been checking in with her every day. She's all chill now. She's all good. She has to go back in for surgery in like 5 weeks, but it's just to check and just to make sure it's all good. Deserve praise for birth in the Chaniac? Yeah. I feel so good as mum. Yeah, she loved it. She thought it was great. And then I think we're hanging out this weekend. Maybe we might be mowing my lawns and then going shopping because she's got a bunch of gift cards from her birthday and from Mother's Day. So, raid the bug spray? Yeah. She is, Mads. She is. She's all good. She's just stubborn though. Like she was like, "Oh, I'm fine, and then she wasn't fine. I was like, "Come on." It's what happens when you turn 50, you know. All right, what do these folk have to say about their beautiful game?
Styles. I mean, ultimately, from our perspective, when we're working on features, everything is storytelling. Yeah. The burning blade, the skeleton, everything.
The burning blade is such good storytelling. It's like, here's a big boat, and when you get it, no one will be in your server because there'll be no more world events. No one will come near you, and you get to go collect orbs. Alternatively, if you're anyone that isn't me, instead of like being annoyed that people won't come near you, you'll be annoyed if people come near you, and then you'll sail away. And then you want more Mirael sigil to reach Mythic? Dude, buy it from the Dream Realm store in the Emporium in the Resonating Hall. You should have enough to buy at least one sigil. It should be 1200 Dream Essence. You have to do 40-minute commendations 10 times. Yeah, like that, what beautiful storytelling from the Burning Blade. Go down into the evil skeleton camps and fucking do your horoscopes and then have a white girl moment. We're gonna find my game's frozen, not even hourglass. Jesus. Damn, Kylo. You just gotta get lucky, bruh. Kylo, have you been giving affinity items to characters? Because if you give them enough, they give you free letters.
Storytelling. Some people see it that way, some people don't. I do think the people that are heavily invested, everything's got a fragment of world building to it.
What do you mean everything's got a fragment of world building to it? Obviously, doesn't mean it's good world building or it's like satisfactory. Like, Morning Crumb, what have I missed? Nothing. Not one thing.
Which obviously hasn't. It's thought about that way, but I think we do want to push world building back into the spotlight more.
Egg over here just went like, oh fuck, I've got to fucking remember how to log into my work laptop. We want to push world building back into the spotlight. Shit, I've got to fucking remember the characters' names. I gotta tell people, like, you know, put this in the code. Rose forehead puffed out at that. Yeah, no, this is. Oh, he's like, I've been here for 3 years, and now I have to do my fucking job. Fuck. Words being said without saying anything. Literally, it's crazy. Egg forgot his password in 2023 and still can't get in his laptop. It's one of those things where it's been so long, he's like, if I bring it up now, it'll be really awkward. Okay, side story time, crud story. Hey, so when I worked at a job, not my last job, but the job before it, I worked there for 4 years. During COVID, my work laptop had to be replaced because they were just rolling out new laptops to everyone. And I was too fat and lazy to take mine to the post office to send it back into the office. And then like 7 months passed of lockdown, and then we were back in the office. And I was like, I still haven't brought in my work laptop, so this is really fucking awkward. Anyway, when I quit my job there, which would have been like start of 2023, I was like, oh, here's my second laptop, by the way. And like, wait, why do you still have a second laptop? I was like, I remember back during COVID, we did like the new laptop rollout. Like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I forgot to post it. They're like, oh, why didn't you just bring it in when we came back to the office? I was like, oh, I thought I'd get in trouble for like hanging on to it for too long. And like, why would you get in trouble for hanging on for too long? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to be judged. And they're like, okay. And that's what's happening in this guy's head right now. He's going, shit. Now I'm going to have to break the news to the IT team that I haven't logged in since I started. And I really hope they keep it to themselves. That's what's going to happen to this guy. So devs would be better politicians with the way they talk around questions. Yeah. Well, building one new pole in the Reaper's hideout is probably what they mean. Yeah, dude, trust me. Like, if Reaper's hideout next season doesn't become a fortress, then what has this all been for? If Reaper's hideout remains a dingy tent and like a burnt out crud island, what are we doing? Why? This is going to be the second Reaper themed season in the last 5 seasons. You know you got to do something. I know you put the Reaper's lair there, but people don't have access to it because, like Jotaro said, a minority of players even have the Skelly curse. So what would be the point of updating the Skelly cosmetics? Which, dude, I can't wait for the next. Do you think tomorrow they're going to announce the new season shit? And there's going to be Skelly cosmetics in there and I get to laugh at, you know, the leader of the community management team saying we'll never update them? Have you watched Enter Galactic? No. I'll bring it away for Flameheart's Revenge number 4 for Reaper's Island to change. Tomorrow or Friday. No, you know what it'll be? So every time, because, you know, Steak Thursday tomorrow. Steak Thursday, it's like midnight Steak Thursday, so like 18 hours from now. That's when they put out a video. So next stream on Friday, I guarantee there'll be a video talking about next season. And I swear to God, if there's Skelly cosmetics in that video, I don't know. Sweet, sweet vindication. If you haven't, you need to. I just finished it. Holy Peak. What is it? Is it anime? Is it TV show? Is it some kind of black and white, soundless? Whatever.
Informed by the learnings from adventures.
Talking about people who are heavily invested into the lore, there is a section of the Sea of Thieves community that are.
Yeah, so you're going to say me. I love it. I do love it. But no, there are definitely some, like, you know, you've got groups like Ancient Isles University who are always like the first ones I typically see, like especially when we've had the
Out of curiosity, Crud and chat, how has SOP been the last 6 months? So Mads, you know Sawyer, our good friend Sawyer, she DM'd me couple weeks probably ago. Oh, not even a week ago. Hang on. She DM'd me on the 6th and she goes, hey, you know, I've been staying away from SOT for a while. Can you, what's going on with it? I've seen some bad things. And I go to her, I'll type it out once I'm on my PC. It's long, but it's worth it. And then I wrote this. I wrote this about just the current season. I wrote every single problem that I could recall, and as I was writing this, I kept remembering more things. And so I started, like, putting dates on shit. This is only 3 months worth. Copy and paste that to me? Alright, let me just send you that. It'll convert it into a fucking notepad file, because I did that in bit by bit. But yeah, it just, I just fucking, I'm not sending it to everyone. I'll send it to you, Gaffy, but that's it. Yeah, no, she goes, yeah, you know, I haven't, you know, been involved in SOT in a while. What's going on? I go, yeah, give me a second. And then like 4 hours later, I'd fully written that out. And it's just me just venting, realizing, holy shit, every single update this season has been problematic. It's fucked. It's so fucked. There was a very nice time when the current season dropped, which was, what, February? I think it was. It was like February 26th, 27th, where the servers felt really nice. And then they had to put out a hotfix for something, and that broke everything, and they haven't recovered since. All this podcast has told me is that Family Guy has more creative writers right now. Yeah, the manatees in the thing. Email is low-key insane. I might just email that. It's completely unhinged. It's crazy, and that's only 3 months worth. Like, it's not even 3 months. It's almost 3 months worth. Did you see the I Am Steve hunting spear teaser? I'm not looking at their fucking Instagram reels. Yeah, no. Game is fucked, and genuinely, like, if you just look at anyone on Twitter, no one's praising it. Even the blue hats aren't praising the game at the moment. Like, they still are, but they aren't doing the usual, like, oh my god, the game is amazing right now. It's rough. Nothing works. Every time they fix something, it then breaks again with the next update because they're doing the season split apart. So you get an update every month now. They said what we're going to do, because the sneaking season, last season, everything kept breaking. So for the next update, we're going to do 3 major updates with features rolled out in each of those. And all that's causing now is they add a few features. There's a few bugs. They fix them. Some of them they don't fix. The second update of the season comes out. There's new bugs for the new things, and the old bugs that they fix come back in a different form. And then the third update comes out, and it does all that again. And it's just like, what the fuck? And now they're doing it for the next season as well. I was last on at start of sneaking season. There wasn't a ledge hanging enabled because it was fucked. Yeah. No, sneaking season. So everything, more than half the season's features were just disabled while they had to fix them. And then they enabled some of them, and then they had to disable them again, and they accidentally enabled some of them. They enabled hanging and something else. Hanging and traps, they accidentally enabled in the day before the maintenance to fix something. It is fucked. It is so fucked. Like, oh my god. They just can't do anything right. Can they sell the game to someone more competent? Anyone more competent would just sunset it. Aren't loot disguises still broken? I don't know if they're really broken. They still do the thing where you sometimes see people hide even though they're already hidden. Duplication and quick swap. That season started like 2 months after the release date. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it took 2 months to finally have the season feature complete. I'm not sure who'd do a good job making this better. No, any smart devs would sunset it. The code is too messy. It's legacy. They would just say, it's over. Remember when everyone thought traps were going to ruin the game when they came out and now no one gives a shit about them? I remember predicting that they'd be useless, like how I predicted that spears would be useless, and that hanging off ships would be useless, and that sneaking would be useless, and that disguising would be useless, and that the grapple gun would be useless, and that the double barrel pistol would be useless, and that the throwing knife would be maybe cool if it one shots on a backstab. I remember those things. In fact, that's why we have Rant Saturday, so I can tell you what I think's going to happen, and then it happens. Full redo of the game, chop Xbox One game could be so peak. Yeah, but it would be a brand new start. Traps are only useful in Hourglass TDM sales out. I miss grotesque jack-in-the-box disguises and floating teeth. Oh, the floating teeth was good. Hang off the ships is fun to mess with swappies, that's about it. That's my problem. Every new thing that someone goes, oh, this could be good, it's only good if you're playing against someone who has never fucking played. And as much as I like to observe the bug people, I don't want to make them quit the game. So, Harpoon is useful, kinda. Spooky, remember at release when it wasn't useful because it was half the range and you lost ammo even if you didn't grapple onto anything? I remember. The Burning Blade, the best world event. The Burning Blade should have been the best world event. It should have been the genuine best world event, but they cooked it. Disguises are funny for trying to get people to accidentally harpoon you hiding in a loot pile. Yeah, but that's not like not feasible is not the word. That's not like a beneficial thing to anyone, even for the sake of screwing with someone, because it's like, okay, it happens and it's over. The fact it stops all other world events is objectively awful. Yes, that's all it is. Add world events back into rotation when the Burning Blade is manned. We're so good. You might even remember it, Mads. Season 9, the first day, there was 2 world events sometimes. People forget that. People have memory hold that. Nessie's starting soon screen has 2 world events on it because he took a screenshot. Oh, he took a clip for it. Yeah. Why isn't that real? Why can't I have a fucking fort active, a Skelly fleet in the middle of the map, and an Ashen Wind somewhere? Imagine 2 Burning Blades? Nah. Imagine 2 forts. I have always said they should do an event where they say, you know, Flameheart's back, the seas are evil. Every single fort in the fucking server will be active. So if you're sailing around, there's always cannons going off from the islands at you. There's way more Skelly ships. What if they did war season, not the Hourglass War, because that went nowhere, as we discussed before. What if they did a season where there was just like an insane amount of bullshit? Slot servers aren't good enough for more than one world event, lol. I mean, the Fodded's a world event when you think about it. Skelly Brig when? Dude, imagine. Oh shit. Didn't mean to turn that on. I was trying to do this. See if that still works. That still works. I love the high tier Fodded. Current one's way too easy to start and do compared to the pre-skull Destiny. I want the Fodded to have, if you do it with a ritual skull, it's the old Fodded. And there's the mixed waves of colors of skeletons, and it's longer. No, you're so pretty, haha. No. I was just testing my fucking stream deck, because remember I broke it the other day. They don't make features for the players, they make slop to appease to Game Pass bugs, which is new and shiny to point out. Yeah, but they don't play! They play for a day and then they leave! They play for a day, they buy a monkey and then they leave, which I know makes them profit, but... No! Base fodder, I already read that. Yeah, when Scarab update? No, they're not doing Scarabs anymore. No, anyway, what's the podcast? What is your opinion? Should Hourglass get a rework? No, Hourglass shouldn't get a rework in terms of how it works. It should get instant requeue with sups. You should be able to launch a boat into an Hourglass queue with Captain Sups, and when you sink, you should be able to hit a button that says requeue with sups. And you can choose which emissary flag to have up and which team to be. That's all it needs. Nothing else. No time limit, no shrinking zone, no boiling water, which was my joke suggestion. Just that. Take some money off you and yeah, no, exactly. Like, they have ship repairing in the main menu. I'm sure they could implement that. If it was... Let's be realistic. How much is supplies combined? It's like, what, 13.5k? No. I'm thinking of crates. If it was 20k to requeue instantly after a sink, done. That's done. Like, that's so good. Like, the worst thing about sinking an Hourglass, if you're not the best at it, is it takes you about 6 minutes till you're in another fight. Minimum, if you're doing it fast. If I can get back into a fight within 30 seconds, the queues are full because it's like, oh, I lost, but guess what? I didn't lose any time. Problem is, you lose so much time. 20k flat to requeue would be so worth. Yeah, 20k flat, requeue, emissary grade 1 flag, and captain sups. You still need chainies? Oh well, that's the risk. You don't have chains. You have the default, 5 chains? 6 chains? 4 chains? I don't even fucking know. That would save Hourglass. That's the whole point. The game's designed to get new players but not keep them. They keep antagonizing old players, and revenue from banned people getting new accounts must be sweet. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like it. Hello, Skull. What if I told you that ban evaders aren't spending a cent on their new accounts? Being able to go straight into the queue with Hourglass ups from the main menu would be good as. Dude, just the first game, you're instantly in there. No slow wake up at the fucking tavern and then meander over. Get more chains by sinking them before they use theirs? Exactly. Makes it when you dive as a champion, you're still half the Hourglass value of the person you sink. Make it if someone's on a streak and you sink them, you get a value to their streak as well, paid out to you. Make it so, I think, was it you, DB Pooper, who said when someone sinks on a streak, their loss should get them more XP, but sinking on a 0 streak should get you no XP. I think that's good. Xbox Family Pass, yep. Unironically, 90% of SOT's ban evasion is due to Discord giving out free Game Pass. I'm surprised, but then again, you know the ways. I don't even know the ways. I just know these things. You learn a lot when you stream because people just tell you these things, and I'm like, I don't care. What? Yeah. Yeah, imagine. Both should drop their Hourglass as a loot item. They should. They should just drop the physical Hourglass instead of a flag. Add an Hourglass ledger as well, so people go, well, I might as well just play every month. I might as well just play every month of Hourglass, even if I don't do good, so I can hit the emissary ledger value, so I can get new rewards, like Skelly Curses, or let's say a pink version of Ghost Curse, so you'll have Bubblegum Ghost. Steam can't you just sign in on a different Microsoft account? You can, but I believe... I don't know if they do it anymore, but sometimes they used to do hardware ID bans. Because that's what Feb used to have to deal with. You used to have to use a hardware ID cleaner. I don't know if they do that anymore. I heard that they don't, but I don't fucking know because I just don't care to know. Logan Malt never got any problem. I want to be Gum Ghost. Yeah, dude, imagine just Ghost Curse in all of the lights colors. All of the folded lights. I think Steam has stronger anti-ban evasion thingies. For Valve games, yeah. Hourglass dropping would incentivize third party without Hourglass up, no? Wait, sorry, hang on. Hourglass dropping would incentivize third party without putting up Hourglass. I don't quite understand what you mean, sorry. I've confused myself reading that. But honestly, third party in Hourglass is such a minor problem. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You'll get third party once in like 50 games. 5 to 10 Hourglass battles a month for rewards would be so healthy for the community. Dropping as loot. Oh. Okay. Okay. No, fair enough. What about, okay, then it just adds that value that would drop. Instead of dropping the Hourglass, it adds their value, but on a reduced amount, because obviously, people would farm sinking 100 streak boats. Yeah. Was 10 ban on Sodage's account shared the game to mother account on PlayStation? Based. And the time I got angry in Hourglass was when I got third party by Mummy Horizon on my game for 100 Ghost. Oh, damn. But Hourglass takes place in Adventure. They got rid of Arena for a reason, so It's part of the adventure. I do think though that will make less people go for streaks. Who cares? Who cares? The problem isn't the people not trying to play a lot. It's the people aren't trying to play Hourglass. I mean, I got my 10 streak yesterday, but like 50% of that was free wins. And then the rest was I did insane mind games to people until they sank or left from frustration. Arena mentioned, yeah. If you think out someone in Hourglass at half their opponent's streak, that's what I was saying. Third party is fun because I remember I third party with my friends during a duo game. They really need to consider doing something with Hourglass because most of the old players only keep playing because of Hourglass. Yeah. And look, I'm going to say this before people say it. If they bring back Arena, that's not going to save the game's player count. Bringing back Arena will not make a sudden influx of thousands. Hundreds? Yes. Not thousands. A lot of people seem to bank on this. Bringing back Arena would save the game. It's like, Arena in OCE, when I started playing in 2021, was already fucking tumbleweeds. It was already completely dead. It had a bit more life brought into it when they announced they were canceling it. It was so bad. Dude, like, because I started so late, Mads, I didn't touch Arena, like, properly till, like, so I started June 2021. I didn't start till December, which was right around the time they announced the cancellation. And I only played it because I was trying to help a friend get his wins in. Crud, you can't say anything biased about this. I'm testing something. Chat vote. Is it wrong to ruin a Glitterbeard in Sea of Thieves? First vote? No. First vote is no, Nessie. And I'm not telling my chat to say no because I said no. Remember, my opinion is your opinion, but don't. Adventure mode? It's adventure mode. Now, I personally have had one genuine crash out in Sea of Thieves, and it was before I streamed, and it was on my 4th attempt at doing Glitterbeard, and the crew... So you are being biased as fuck right now, cheers. The crew, one of the crew members that I was doing with purposefully ruined it in the middle of it. We don't talk about that. Yeah, no, NZ Goblin was there, and he knows we don't talk about that. The kid's name was Goku, and if I ever fucking see him again, although it was a bunch of numbers after it. But yeah, no, I had a Glitterbeard ruined, and I crashed out because it was so hard to wrangle these people into listening to me. And that's it. Also, Theb and I got on a server once, and there was Glitterbeard there, and we sank all the ships, and then we interrupted it. But we then said we were leaving, and they could go try to do it again, and they may have. And then Feb said, I can't upload this video because last time I uploaded a video interrupting a Glitterbeard, it's my most disliked video, and there's still people to this day that you'll see say, no, Theb's evil, he interrupts Glitterbeards. And it's like, pfft. Ruining a Glitterbeard is base when you're the one ruining it? True. Exactly right. It's adventure mode, everyone paid to play the game how they want. Exactly. Weird opinion, but putting Arena back in will split an already split community more. It will. It just, yeah. But yeah, no, so me personally, I don't think it is. I understand the frustration as someone who has been frustrated to ruin Glitterbeard. To be fair though, Nessie, when you say ruining a Glitterbeard, do you mean, are you involved in the Glitterbeard and you ruin it to piss everyone else off? Or does someone show up and fuck with it? Because that's two different things, in my opinion. The difference between it being wrong and it being a dick move, like for sure it's a dick move, but it's not wrong. Exactly, because it's adventure. Doing Glitterbeard doesn't mean you can't watch for ships. Glitterbeard is about a minimum of 26 minutes to get the timing right. If you waste one, what are you doing in that time? Like, it's such a small window to start the Glitterbeard that, you know, what do the boats have supplies? You need to sink them? What if I'm playing a Reaper and I'm role-playing? In fact, so much of this video, what have they said? Sea of Thieves is a real world. It's live. We want people to feel like they can be who they want to be in it. There's lots of role players. I'm role playing as the motherfucker sinking your ship. Because I'm allowed to. That's it. Pulling up and ruining it is 100% greenlit. Personally, I don't see people doing a Glitterbeard until they finish up because it's a nice little event that I think every player should have to experience once. Yeah, that's fair. I've only, like I said, I only done the one with Feb and I was like, whatever. We just wanted to sink the boats. And I'm sure they went back and finished it after we did that. Yeah, like I don't sink swabbies. Like you've seen me play. Like if I run up to a swabby, I just like to observe them. But you know, Some people just say, "Oh, I'll sink him," and do it simply because they never have subs or loot. The motherfucker sinking your ship. Yeah. To be fair though, I've seen, other than that Glitterbeard that I just talked about, I haven't seen a single one since or before that being done. Probably because it's OCE. Also, by the way, Glitterbeards, if you want to do one nowadays, just hourglass match your own fucking people and then just do the disconnect thing, and then you've got 8 people in the server. Like, you can... Glitterbeard is now on demand if you know to Alt F4 after you sink in an hourglass fight and rejoin on a galleon. Like, so... it's not really that special no more. Talked a kid down from a crash out and then we tried to do a Glitterbeard. Nice. The one I ruined, the guy was like, "So you hate the guy that died," or something like that. That's fucked. That's fucking cooked. If that's someone's reaction to that, they're fucking cooked. There's a lot of people I've sank right up and we're going, "Hey, you want to do a Glitterbeard?" and then crash out when we don't. Yeah, that used to be that used to be the thing everyone would do. It was like, "Hey man, you want to do a Glitterbeard?" But yeah, okay, and then you sink them. And it's like, "Yeah, I didn't want to do a Glitterbeard. I just wanted you to like trust me." Just use the rowboat if you know how to position it right. You can unlock it in 10 minutes. Well, that as well, right? You can get in there on your own. I mean, to be fair, the song playing with the lyrics is like a beautiful time. So experiencing that is kind of cool. And you can also get, yeah. But, you know, it's Sea of Thieves, not Sea of Friends.
Cards recently in the Order of Souls tent, like their
hang on. Let's hear about the ever-growing world, how they change a card in the Order of Souls tent every fucking 6 weeks.
Who are always like the first ones I typically see, like especially when we've had the cards recently in the Order of Souls tent, like they're immediately there. Update day, what's new? Like let's go. But even someone like Mutinous Mel, who is obviously like she's.
Oh no! Shut the fuck up.
Made being a like from and yet there are those people within the community who are absolutely just like ravenous for it.
Yeah, ravenous is a word, bro.
And yeah, unlike people like Deadeye Dre, I mean, I should have come with like yeah. I like.
You brought a book, dude. Sound very happy. Do you need whiskey? Nah, I don't drink whiskey, bro. I'm good. Massive world building right there, dude. Yeah, it's crazy world building to enable insane people. I literally waited for you to react to that part. I do not want to hear what this person had to say about it. I don't care. The guy with long hair's playing sword, yeah. But he had ravenous written down in the book, yeah. Yuck. All right, let's see what he said.
Seeing players find it, actually seeing one of my favorite things with Uni, who is typically the one on Sea of Thieves posts saying, haha, behind like everything. She obviously like lore driving around Reapers. Like, I know
that was completely wild. I don't know your opinion on the Mads, and I'm not trying to get you to say any opinion on them, but just... there are things that I think are good for a community, and there are things that I think are bad for a community, and I don't think highlighting someone who most people who have ever been involved in a video game community would consider a negative thing is something that should be highlighted in a positive light, especially not from the devs, especially not as personal friends from community managers. Like... I'm not going to go into the conversation because we've all seen it before, but Jesus Christ, what a... Stop doing this, Sea of Thieves people. Stop enabling... I think it's weird to personally mention any player at all. Yeah. Like, I've had a thing very recently regarding certain people being close friends... certain people who are players of the game and are also close friends to community managers to a point of an insane bias and special treatment, and I think that's incredibly wrong. Every single member of your community should be treated the same, unless of course they're a piece of shit, like, you know, racist, hater, whatever, you know, all that shit. I don't think anyone should be highlighted to a certain degree where it's clear that there is friendship bias. I think they should mention Nessie does King of Hourglass in the lore. Here's the thing, Sponge. With the mentions that they give to the, like, 4 specific people they give to, they should be giving that level of mention to people like that. we will never hear, if they ever talk about Hourglass in a video, we'll never hear like, and we're looking at you, kings of Hourglass. Like, they'll never reference that kind of thing. Who else have they mentioned by name? Well, he mentioned a few people here, which were all fine except for the one. But what I mean is like within like Twitter posts and stuff, and just look. The people in the community management team are close friends with a lot of people in SOT who usually, even if they say things that are outright fucking stupid and terrible, they get painted as these nice guys and they self-victimize a lot, and it's just cringe. You shouldn't be friends with specific people, and then if those specific people say terrible things about people for no reason, or, you know, do other things, still support them. As he does in SOT Law would go crazy, what would he do? Yeah. Saturday, Wednesday. Well, it's usually SOT Rant Saturday, but today is actually Wednesday. I looked at the clock. All right, so let's have a listen, though.
Made being a Reaper like her entire... What's new? Like, let's go. But even someone like Mutinous Mel, who is obviously like, she's made being a Reaper like her entire online persona. But then,
remember when being a Reaper wasn't on that entire online persona, and it was being in love with a character from Assassin's Creed? I remember. Remember when she did the same thing for another games community? I remember.
And she is also heavily invested
in commissioning Rule 34 and posting in a Discord filled with minors and making overtly sexualized jokes on Twitter. And also the guy you hired to run the social media thing is clearly actually in love with her. I'm sorry, what? In
any law driving.
She also made that being that one person in a relationship that overshares details at the dinner table. But no, let's keep giving her community spotlights and art spotlights and give her every single fucking blue hat, blue glove, blue title, sales, all the visionary artist shit. Remember when she got given a they gave her a free SOT Shot win title for her birthday for no reason, and they've never done that to anyone before or since. The Hello Melons podcast? Yeah, of course they did. Because, what? Yeah. No, just go scroll to her birthday. I think it was last year or the year before. That was her present. One year, they got the Reaper's voice actor to be like, Mel, happy birthday. And then I don't know if it was the same year or the next year or the previous year, they gave her just a free win. Because, I don't know if in fact, people here probably don't even know about how Visionary Artist works. Let me just continue my rant. Check this out, right? If you win SOT Shot, you get the blue sails. Also, if you win it again, you get the title Noteworthy Artist of Sea of Thieves, or of the Seas. You win it a third time, accomplished. 5, renowned. 7, inspiring. 10, visionary. Interesting. Interesting that there's one specific person winning a lot. I mean, there's a lot. Look, to be fair, there's quite a few visionary artists. There's like 6. But it's just very interesting when someone wins it a certain amount of times and then they become close friends with the community team and with the devs, and then they suddenly keep winning it, even though they're, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of uninspired SOT shots, just taking fucking photos of Reapers. It's like 60 visionaries. Okay, so there's a fair few people. I don't want to give a recap, LVR Shiro, because I'm not trying to witch hunt or send any harassment, but the devs and community team really need to work on their outward appearances in terms of shit like this. Yeah, the Rule 34 and Discord stuff is my main issue. There's also, well, okay, let's get some more issues. Anyone know what's her name? Fuck. Forget her name. Sorry. Remember that time that someone was like, "Hey, I am also into roleplay and Reapers, and I had my own Reaper character." And then she went into that person's Discord and she was like, "Yo, here's my new character." And then everyone in her Discord dogpiled on her, and then she made fun of her, and then she tweeted about it, saying that, like, she basically said your roleplay is invalid to a person who was actually a child and not a fucking 40-year-old married woman. And then when that person posted about it, everyone just called her a piece of shit. I remember that. That was last year. Yeah, I remember that. But, oh no, she's nice though. She's so nice though. She's so loving. She's so nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and also to the people who always say it's just roleplay, there's so many posts pointing out how it's not just roleplay. Didn't know that law? Yeah. I didn't. Here's the thing, Donut. I'll say this because all these people that like whenever I do SOT Rant and their profiles pop up every single time, and I'm like, ugh. And then people go, oh, these people are stalkers. They're looking our stuff up. I don't look up any of your fucking people's profiles. It gets sent to me, and I don't even want it sent to me, but people can't help it. They send me this shit. They go, have you seen this psycho? And I go, oh, God. I feel when I'm being enabled by a studio and multi-million-dollar company. Yeah, she's also being harassed, crowd. Oh my God, cut her some slack. She's being told maybe she's taking it too far. That's the worst thing whenever she does the victim thing. Look, to be fair, she has been harassed in games. People have tracked her down and killed her and been rude to her. But do you know who else that's happened to? Let me just hang on. There's a thing on Twitch that shows you that, surprisingly. Let me just click Sea of Thieves. Okay, so see this. So this page right here, twitch.tv/directory/c-/of-thieves. This is like an archive of every single fucking person that's ever happened to. You aren't unique for having cheaters track you down and call you slurs. It happens if you stream the game, you moron. And it also happens if you play with people that stream the game. It also happens if you just happen to invite people that stream the game and and cheaters happen to be watching. So, I'm sorry. I know it sucks. Yeah, also all women who have ever played with a mic on. Like, I know it sucks to be a female gamer and you join a game and someone says something terrible to you. It shouldn't be a thing. But you know that's what teenagers are going to do. They don't really mean it. It's not credible threats. I know it's upsetting to hear, especially if you've experienced something like that. But you need to understand that it's just kids trying to make you upset. If someone online who you don't know personally is making you upset, fix yourself. No one should be able to upset you in a virtual space unless it's someone you are close with. If half the people in the chat kept calling me fat, even though, I've lost all the weight now, basically, I would never get upset by it. Because this is like, oh, whatever. I don't know you. You don't know me. All you know about me is the shit you see on stream. You don't know me personally. I'm fat? Yeah, heaps of people are fat. It shouldn't happen to women, but saying it's a unique issue as well. Yeah, no, saying that you're the only victim that gets fucking harassed in this game, like, you're not. And also, just leave the server. Report them, leave the server, and hope the devs do something about it. Also, remember, games supposed to be fun. They are. I've been told that a certain cheat software has an inbuilt female playlist. Yeah, so Athena, where they have on their like little lists and shit, their little cringe little, we have like a hit list and they can't do shit. They have streamers, females, people who play with streamers, and they put your gamer tag in it and it's there forever. And if they see you in a server, they have to come get you. But don't know if anyone realizes they can't do shit when they get you because they're all fucking useless. So yeah, no. So yeah, if you ever want someone to empathize with who's had terrible people come and say slurs in the game, here's a list for you right here. This is just everyone that it's ever happened to. Fortunately, if you're female and a streamer, they cancel each other out and you're invincible. Yeah, exactly. But I will say this, which, I'm not trying to sound sexist here, but people who do genuinely have people in-game as a female speak, and then someone says, oh, go back to the kitchen or whatever, you need to not actually think that's a serious insult. You need to understand they're saying that because they have nothing to go off. And if you're choosing to allow yourself to get offended by that, if you've watched mine and Theb's content, you should know. If anyone ever insults you, you now know that they're going to be insecure. Every time we run at someone and they crack the shits at us, we immediately get the chance to be like, oh, okay, now we can fuck with them. This applies to all video games too. If you're playing a game and you're a girl and someone says go back to the kitchen, just say something funny back. Just go mow the lawn. Go die in a war. Go in the trenches. Shouldn't you be fighting in the war? It's that easy. Or just don't say anything. Because when you show someone you're upset, you fucked up. If you allow yourself to get mad at the lowest hanging fruit, yeah. I'm literally playing this game on my LG smart fridge. Right there, Mads, yeah. Just say, yeah, no, I'm in the kitchen playing on my smart fridge right now. It's just that simple. Either say something funny back or don't say anything, because it's not real. I know it feels real because you're not used to it, but it's now been like 20 plus years of gaming being mainstream. Just, I don't know. It's internet interactions. Yeah, if someone attacks you for all they can identify of you, which is your gender or your race, like, just know they have no ammunition. They have not a single bit of ammunition that they can attack you with. Like, what are they gonna do? It's like when I play the game and someone's like, "Oh, you sound fat." It's like, okay. Or then I do the bit where I go, "No, I'm not. I promise I'm not. Please believe me." Just show him your shrouded title and show him who's boss. Yeah. What if I don't own a lawnmower? Whippersnipper. About harm minimization at this point. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not trying to sound sexist about it because obviously I'm not a woman. But hey, guess who gets abused every time they play this game? Me. You see it on stream. I don't give a fuck. It's funny. It's funny knowing someone's getting mad at an existence in a video game. It's just that simple. But yeah, so TLDR, stop talking about Mutinous Mel as an official person who represents the company. She's not a good representation of the community, and she's not the only person who deals with the shit that she thinks she deals with. She just thinks she is, and people take her side because patting someone on the back is just the easiest way to get good boy points. Also, I'm just going to bring it up. This one's kind of rude. It's not rude, actually. Always remember... Where the fuck is it? Where is it? I've got it pinned somewhere. Give me a second. I'm fumbling this by not having this ready. This is the worst day of my life. Remember, when you see someone on Twitter and they're getting annoyed at people, remember, sometimes in their mind, they say things like, "I struggle with numbers and it's something I try to be better about, and it upsets me when I see accounts who post photos with no thought behind them whatsoever, swimming in likes, comments, and followers, yet it's always relatively quiet on mine." Remember, these people, the reason they have their little wholesome heckin' thing where they're all patting each other on the back is because, unfortunately, they can't just post... Where is it? They can't just post something stupid like pineapple into Walter and get 315 likes. At the end of the day, it's all about they just want as many likes as they can get. Pineapple into Walter, 315 likes. Poop Wielder, 175 likes from 2023. Remember, shit posting hurts these people on a personal level. They are deeply unserious people. These people, no matter what, all they care about is this number, which they never, unfortunately, can really reach. We have Pineapple into Walter on a t-shirt. Yeah, I could probably make some new Crud merch. Yeah, it's always about... Wow, I don't post much at the moment, Jesus. Yeah, it's all... Yo, here's me watching the Sonic movie in Discord. Dude, I was shocked. Could you believe it? Sonic the Hedgehog. My ego isn't getting fed enough. Yeah, it's literally that. Like, yeah, look at this. People checking my stream on a Thursday. It's steak night. Yeah, bro didn't even show up. This still gets likes every Thursday, by the way, which is interesting. Heart chick heaven. First time seeing Sonic reaction. Yeah, I was like, wait, the blue guy is Sonic? Oh, hey, remember this? Remember this? Yo, shoutouts Val for finding these.
Did you know Sea of Thieves is coming to PlayStation? Try these tips out next time you're headed to combat. Combat in Sea of Thieves is relatively simple, but there are some strategies you can use to gain the upper hand. When taking on groups of skeletons, you can hold R2 to wind up a devastating lunge. You can also use this move to travel through the water quickly. When taking on enemies on an
This is good
island,
intel.
line up your ship by the shore and use
Is anyone else feeling hungry though? Hang on, I'm kind of feeling hungry. What could I eat?
When taking on boss battles and tougher varieties
My
of
stomach's
skeletons,
really grumbling right now.
remember to round up enemies on the beach, then hit them with your cannons to make
Oh, what could I eat?
That's your McCrispy tip of the
Wait,
day.
my what tip of the
You don't
day?
know? Now you know.
Wait.
And while we're dropping knowledge, did you know that McDonald's has a crispy chicken sandwich?
Oh my god.
McCrispy. It's juicy, tender, and available right now at your local McDonald's.
Oh my god, Sea of Thieves, you've just quenched my hunger with the McCrispy tips of the day. Why did they do that? Why did they do...
Modangus. Sorry. For stream sniping you and Sea of Thieves. Listen, the epic boat was so cool, and I just wanted to see it. I was going to scuttle and, move on very quickly with my day. Listen, find it in your heart to forgive me, Modangus.
It's just this.
Modangus.
Holy fuck, I do need a soundbite Modangus, actually. What is that? Okay, so when Modangus was streaming, Anthony Overwatch stream sniped him so he could show off a boat that he called Modangus. And Modangus got very upset. And so Anthony Overwatch paid this young gentleman to make a video.
Modangus.
Modangus! Oh, dude, imagine... Sorry to bring it up again, but imagine tweeting this, and then 6 years later you see, he done splarped on the deck. Alright, we gotta watch this podcast.
Around Reapers, like, I know especially obviously like the Burning Blade appearing was huge for her, and she just gets behind like everything lore wise as well, which
Probably listening to this then. Because...
probably is listening to this, yeah. But no, I just really enjoy it. Also, while I'm shouting out individuals, it's Captain MacGuffin from Ancient Isles Uni, who is typically the one on Sea of Thieves posts saying, haha, we beat you, you're late. But the thing there is that one of my favourite things with the sneaking world building in is actually seeing players going and finding it. Because I could easily post everything on the main accounts, but I don't want to. It's seeing players find it, draw their conclusions, come up with their theories. Like, I love the skeleton language. Like, whenever you add a new rune to that rune's not.
So he's reading your SOT update? What the fuck? Dude, Mads, there's still stuff missing from this season as well. Like, there was... I forget exactly, but I remember there was shit when I read through it later. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Because there's so many minor things where they do a maintenance and it breaks something else.
Not been anywhere before, and it's just like on a cannon, and people are trying to work out what it could mean. And it's
got Thebania, yeah.
Stuff, and yeah, there are those people within the community who are absolutely just like ravenous for it. And yeah, unlike people like Deadeye Dre, I mean, I should have come with like yeah. I like to think, can you edit like now? Can I send?
This guy don't wear deodorant. Is deodorant legal in Britain? Does anyone know? Just wondering.
Like a Patreon, like a Patreon supporter list.
No? Oh shit. Imagine the smell.
Let's get into the meat then of what's coming with the next season.
Oh, let's have a listen.
Season 16. So it's been a little while since the Flameheart story has moved forward in a dramatic fashion, at least anyway. There's been the world building in between. But since season 13, that was when the Burning Blade.
I'm playing 6 months. I'm on them Animal Crossing updates. Yo, is it time for me to reveal old crud lore really quickly? I mean, I've revealed this to people before, but check this out. Yeah? Okay, hang on. Animal Crossing. So here's the thing, Mads. People say, wow, Crud, you're a namer in SOT because you named a fucking glitch after yourself. What about the glitch in Animal Crossing I discovered that let you duplicate items back in fucking 2020? What about the boy Crud here getting a shout out in an article for discovering a glitch when Animal Crossing first came out that let you fucking duplicate 2x1 items, and then it became 2x1. Yeah, remember the sharks? How you put sharks on tables and you rotate them and then you pick them all up? That was me. If you go into the Animal Crossing Discord and type free Crud, you get instantly banned. That was me. I had a video. It was about 30 seconds long, filmed on my phone. And it starts, I go, all right, cunts, here's how you do the dupe. And it got 50k views, and then it got it got fucking copyright struck by Nintendo. Yeah, I fucking invented this shit. Which is funny, because there's still videos of it from one of my friends. It's Big Boss... Yeah, here we go. My friend Bobby Robs. That was you? Yeah, this is me. So here's a video of one of my mates that we perfected it with, because we eventually learned how to do it for one-times items and shit. But yeah, this guy here, I think I'm in the comments here. I go, will this corrupt my save? Look, 5 years ago, because before I got banned from the Animal Crossing Discord, which wasn't for the dupe, it was because I linked another Discord by accident. So every single person that we informed on how to do the glitch would be like, will this corrupt my save? People are saying it'll corrupt my save. No. But yeah, look, this is just one of the few remaining videos of it, how to do it. And it's really funny because you see his face. You see Bob's face. Look, hello. Yeah, no, so that's secret crud lore that, I mean, I've told before, but yeah, this is the only article that credits me though. There's a bunch of articles that don't credit me that had my video linked. Yeah, here it is. It's gone though. My video's gone. Yeah. My video was unfortunately deleted. And I did the stupid thing of deleting it after it was copyright struck from my studio because I didn't know, I didn't have any plans to ever upload videos. I was like, I don't need this. I wish I still had it because yeah, it got to 50k views and got copyright struck by Nintendo. 2-hour theorizer video breaking down Mort from Madagascar is diabolical. And there are people that can prove this as well. There are people that can back me up. Check this out as well. So this was like last year. People might even remember this. Someone from my old Animal Crossing exploit community came into my chat once because when I streamed SOT the first time back here, so I only streamed it because I was trying to get the Creator Crew items, and the only people that saw it were people from that Animal Crossing community because it's like, hey guys, I need to get to 15 concurrent viewers, which I never did, so I can get these items in a game. And then, you know, a year later, I started streaming SOT, and then someone was like, oh, wait, I remember you from Animal Crossing. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, so that's a real crud lore. See you, French Toast.
Return to the waves. What's been happening with
what's happening next season?
Flameheart and the Reaper's Bones in the time in between.
Well, I'll let Shelley take that one. I'll speak for a bit about... Okay. I'll bring people up to speed on what's been going on with Flameheart. So Captain Flameheart has got his orb, his oracle, and his oracle is telling...
That's a lore. You know what? That is lore. That is lore. That is 100% lore. That's actual lore. That's what lore is. It's when you can explain something in great detail that happened. Not, we put fucking graffiti on the rock so next season we're going to do something.
Him terrible secrets. Dark secrets, and he's been out hunting.
Bro is ad-libbing because he has no plans. Can you put the YouTube volume and time behind? Yeah.
See, they told him where the temples were.
Bro is dude, this dude is not good at trying to remember the things he's talking about. Look at this.
See, they told him where the temples were.
Temples, that's the word.
He got you to go to the temples, get the secrets from the ancient priests, bring them back to him on the burning blade, and he then had to start sifting through them.
Oh, was he sifting? If only like Flameheart said, I've been sifting. We didn't know he was sifting.
He was actually after the whole time. And that's where 16 kicks off.
Oh my god. Fucking Panda. Why did you try to at everyone, you fucking idiot? Although, yeah, no. Hashtag free, just typing free crud though, getting you banned. Yeah. Jesus, dude. I didn't mean to go do it. Me at work when I stay up drinking. Yeah.
Really.
Yes. So in season 16, you'll be heading out in search.
He's trying to remember what Falcor said. Oh, yeah, because they got Falcor to do a lore recap because they don't remember. He's like, did we add in yet the dolphin?
Of, well, I should say first, season 16 brings in our first actual on-demand Reaper Voyages. Yes. So you can go to
Reaper Voyages! Yeah! Yeah, Reaper Voyages! That's what we...
your quest table, and you can take part in Voyages for the Reapers, which is super exciting.
It's not. It's so not exciting. That's against that. That's so bad. People don't understand how bad that is.
They do have a PvP twist, because they are Reapers, then...
What's the PvP twist? That you have the Reaper flag so people know where you are? Because you can't really guarantee PvP because everyone runs. No one's going to come up to you. If you have a voyage that says you have to sink a ship, you're never going to finish that voyage because there won't be ships.
They're not fully PvE, but we're really excited to be able to
What's the PvP aspect? Tell us what the PvP aspect is.
Expand the kind of scope of the Reapers and the activities that you can do. But my point was...
It's the literal antithesis of what a Reaper is. Yeah, the point of Reapers is to steal treasure, not go find it.
I've forgotten. But yes, the information that you've been gathering. So Flameheart has used this information to gather these ancient memories, and you'll be embarking upon quests with Reaper skeletons by your side. Like
skeletons! Whoa!
you will have an army by your side to further uncover the fruits of these secrets to get to what Flameheart really wants.
Nothing she said was anything other than you do a voyage in the skeletons.
Which I won't spoil. But you can get them.
Spoil it. It's next week. You might as well spoil it. It's next week. It's in 8 days.
But we see in
Spoil
season
it.
16, obviously, Flameheart's story
Yeah, that'll happen, Panda. You get your bee stings.
is ratcheting up a level. He's actively sending you out. There are 2 voyages. One is sending you out in search of
So he shows up after 7 years, and then 6 months later, he's like, go do a voyage.
ancient secrets. Literally, the search for ancient secrets is the name of the voyage. And
It's called the Search for Ancient Secrets? Wow, what can this imply? Maybe you're searching and there's secrets, but they're of the ancients. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's secrets of the ancients.
one is sending you out in search of forces for Flameheart, so his order of bone and blade skeletons. So you're very much working for Flameheart under his orders, finding him information and finding him skeletons for his army. So he's
Finding him skeletons. Cool, dude. I'll never forget, the reason I never got this game when it came out was I was like, that game looks like shit, isn't it? You just kill a skeleton and that's it? And my friend was like, yeah. And then when I got into the game in 2021, my friend goes, let's all play Sea of Thieves on sale. I was like, okay, do you still just kill skeletons in that game? He's like, yeah, I think. I was like, okay. Finding skeletons that fucking spawn on the Burning Blade. Bone caller hunting.
enforcing.
I'm going to be the voice of the community. Who are the Order of Bone and Blade?
Well, you're about to find out. So the Order of Bone and Blade are Flameheart's most loyal followers. They've been waiting for his return for a
That's interesting because they've never been mentioned in the lore ever before now.
very long time. And
Think of them like his SAS kind of.
You'll be uncovering them and working alongside them in the Reaper voyages.
There is an
It's skeletons. It's new lore, new now. They think they're J.K. Rowling talking about Order of the Phoenix.
current here as well, to put a real world building spin on it as well, which is these different groups that we're talking about. Obviously, Flameheart.
Did Flameheart get mutinied? Hey!
With his connection to the Reapers. Treasure means different things to all these groups. There's treasure in a very literal sense. There's the Order of Souls, where treasure is very much about the knowledge contained within the skulls and the ancient secrets. And I think Flameheart, over this journey he's been on, like he's been involved with many a quarry, he's learned quite powerfully that, well, his treasure is around attaining power. And there's no greater power in the sea.
Wait. Sorry, how did he learn that was his treasure? Didn't you say earlier that Flameheart's always been about power? He said, okay.
Power of the ancients and what the ancients did. So the ancients themselves, I mean, not going to spill it on this podcast.
He just went to go say something and then he realized he has no idea what he was going to say.
We'll save it. But the ancients literally represent the origin story of the Sea of Thieves. And the Pirate Lord with the Veil of the Ancients has ties to the Sea of the Damned, the Bell connection. There's Flameheart's had a brush with ancient warships in the past, the Ophelia from the Heart of Fire novel. So,
outside of the game? That's good that story was told outside of the game.
like he knows very much that.
Anyway, that's cool and all, but how the fuck am I meant to know about that by playing a game? Literally, like, yeah, it's just like, oh, that's cool that if you go read a book, you can learn about shit that happened, but you don't get to play that or experience that. Like, they could just do tall tales that are flashbacks to the lore, where it, like, they think you're one of the characters of it, and it still happens on the islands as usual. They've basically done that before.
Truly controlling the Sea of Thieves,
Oh wait, but he said there's no intention to ever do Tall Tales again, so
needs to attain ancient power.
What does he need the power for? He's super powerful, and it was dreadful if he came back to the Sea of Thieves. Now he's back in the Sea of Thieves, and he just sits on a chair. What do you mean? What power does he need? The power to do what? There's nothing to do. Flameheart's gonna just leave one day, and they're like, "Yeah, there was no boats on the server, so he just fucking left. He needs skeleton."
By attaining that, we'll
I
learn
need
more
skeleton.
about the origin of the Sea of Thieves.
Please.
So that's kind of the undercurrent going on here. Through his orb, he can learn some of these secrets, and that's why they've been excavating, and that's where it's moving on to Shelley's point and Richard's point in season 16.
Interesting. And just to sort of look even further into the future.
Oh no.
Is that sort of conflict between the two sides of the coin, the Pirate Lord and Flameheart, is that the kind of core of the Sea of Thieves story for the future? Or can you imagine other stories?
Don't say yes.
Never. There's always stories to tell.
That's a good quote by Mike Chapman. There's always stories to tell. Doesn't mean they're going to tell them, or it doesn't mean they're going to tell them in game. They might be told through novels, through board games, through Drew's tattoos, but never in game, because that involves typing text into a game. And we've seen recently what happens when they put text in the game. It's either the wrong text, like how the Order of Souls thing refers to Gold Hoarders loot. It's either broken text, like how if you look at Reapers on the quest table, it's just a tag, or it's just like the right text but the wrong reward, like how it says if you get the Hunter of Wide Seas commendation, you get the Hunter of Wide Seas title, but instead you get Epic Pursuer. So, you know.
There's always new stories to tell. So be careful. No, let's say it. Captain MacGuffin's worked it out.
Or incorrect, yeah, like Grizzly Tusks. Yeah, exactly.
Sure. But there's definitely a point here. So that backdrop to how we are.
Oh, there's a point here, finally, after 30 minutes.
Surviving the Sea of Thieves before transforming. And that's what a lot of these various groups in the Sea of Thieves have in common.
Oh, like the pigs and the boars.
Right to the heart of the Captain Flameheart story. Why is he the way he is? Because he's escaped rule and tyranny from the real world and a brush with a certain maritime company.
An organisation.
So it is, all I will say is interesting to think about what could bring the two flip sides of a coin together.
Hey, Mike, instead of having people think about that, how about you implement that? Because it's a little too late in the game's life cycle to still think, how are we going to ever bring the story to like not a conclusion, but like just a peak? I don't know.
Is that possible? What would it take to bring various forces together? It's probably very obvious now. But I think that there are grander stories that will unfold. That of course will have an impact.
It's
on
like we're just getting
core
started.
building, but yeah, we're very much in the let's explore the ancient power that Flameheart is seeking.
And we have touched on this a bit, but Shelley, how are we going to deliver? Like, how are we going to continue to deliver stories that players do love? Like in the
what's his name? John here just said, how are we going to continue to deliver stories players love? How are we going to start again? Because you're not currently delivering those stories. That's what this whole fucking rant has been about, is the fact that you aren't doing that. So change the question, maybe.
The way that we run Sea of Thieves with seasons, like how is that going to appear?
I think we touched on a lot of this earlier, but I think what we'll be looking to do as we move forward is to marry more of the ongoing story interwoven into the seasons, which we have done, but we definitely have a renewed focus on that. I would say more closely tying world building with the changes that you'll see as part of a season, so it feels more interconnected, and then weaving that into more of the activities and more of the gameplay that will unfold throughout a season as well.
Amazing.
Shelley and I
remember the second season this month where all they added was hunting spears that were shit, and there was ambient life and nothing else, and for the entire month there was no one in any servers and there was no stories to tell?
been working far closer to that end in kind of recent months, which has been lovely. Gameplay and narrative together.
Imagine the thing that every other game has achieved already.
Absolutely spot on earlier.
Are they so delusional? I think they need a... They're worried about Phil Spencer coming back into their office and firing them all. So they have to pretend everything is good.
shining the light on certain groups. And
Are they working on the game instead of
to tell
podcasting about
grander
it? Too
stories
hard.
in the future, you almost need to give
Forced to eat
certain
them when I was
groups
6.
their airtime, focus, as it were.
Don't say
to kind of
Hunter's
set up
Call.
this
Don't
broader
say we just gave that time to Hunter's
stream
Call.
of these different groups. And I think there's other groups out there that we
Kelp, genuinely, this is 30 minutes of them talking about the lore and not answering questions, and they haven't even really like talked about the lore properly. It's this is this podcast should not have been uploaded. It's so nothing.
felt the presence of Dark Brethren still have a role to play in all this, the mysterious
Oh, do they? Because they don't exist anymore.
Captain. Like there's lots of forces at play that will
Gaffy said Mel was mentioned. Yep.
They'll get their time.
Amazing. So lots of interesting lore-related things to come, especially
Is there? Because you've
in season 16, which is going to be launching later in May.
Next week, John. It's next week.
So I think that's us. I just want to say thank you to everyone that joined us today, and we will see you next time for another podcast halfway through season 16. So we'll see you then. Bye now.
Holy shit, that was dreadful. What can we take away from this 30-minute podcast? They don't know what they're doing. Actually, sorry, let me make that longer. What can we take away from this 30-minute podcast? Every team in the company doesn't know what they're doing, even the lore team. We didn't have hard confirmation that the lore team didn't know what they're doing because they got rid of the lore channel in the SOT official Discord, and we thought, okay, maybe they'll do something in the future. Maybe they're just busy. But no, now we know that even the lore team, the narrative design team, doesn't know what they're doing. So currently, all we have that knows what they're doing is the music team. They put out great music, but to be fair, there's like one new song a year that comes out. So, I mean, yeah. Dude, if Spooky probably watched this last night and he's probably deceased now. Because this would kill Spooky watching this. I gotta scroll. No. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, cool Toxie. We love Mel, don't we, Toxie? Hell yeah. Just roleplay, isn't it? How hard would it be to add to the adventures Safer Seas, have some way to vote them up in the voice table? Wouldn't be hard at all. Do it? Nah. Don't think I've learned anything. Why do these people comment like this? The comments we get like this shit is the reason that the game hasn't been decimated yet. A thing I say about Sea of Thieves a lot, with all the problems with it, is the reason that nothing ever changes in this game and it remains in a shit state is because this game is not popular enough that anyone outside of people who play the game would notice. When a game has an issue and there's articles about it and there's a big tweet about it and then the devs have to do something about it, that hasn't happened for SOT since the Giggling Ghosty situation, and before that hadn't happened for ages. You go look at the articles on that shit and you read the comments, people go, I didn't even know Sea of Thieves still existed. I thought it shut down. This game is not popular enough for people to care, so there's never an outcry about how shit the state of the game is, so the devs are never held accountable to actually continue the game with the scope that they said they had. So, I like this. Can you tell us what you're going to do if Golden Sands was safe? Nope, because there was no plan. Lore, love heart. I love this. What lore? They're not adding lore? There wasn't any lore mentioned in this. Yo, base DB Pooper. Yo, based. I need to get Kaisen on speed dial for the next time they drop a Nothing Burger update. Yeah. This happens when you launch a game half cooked. You'd think 7 years they'd be able to have cooked it though, right? What even is the lore of SOT? The lore of SOT, if you want to know what the lore of SOT is not in the game. How about that? That's the answer. The lore of SOT is external. That's the best answer. The lore of SOT is absent from the game. You can Google it, but you can't experience it in game. The Lore of Sod is a book, yeah. The Lore of Sod is a board game. It's a book. It's Drew's Tattoos. It's everything but this. Is Lore free, Crud? I don't need to be free, man. I am free. Way, Shelly is awesome. Okay, okay, Jesus. The lore is a bunch of mailmen arrived in the seas and they decided to deliver the mail being random chests. Calm down, bro, she's married. Yeah. Jesus, that was worthless. Real. I will say the book are really good lore. No, I've heard that the books and shit are good. Imagine if we got to experience like a fucking like an atom of that in the game. Strange, right? All right. What's this idiot doing? We gotta raid this idiot. All right. All right. So everyone's gonna say lore raid, and then ask Nessie what his favorite bit of lore is. Thanks everyone for watching my cool epic rant. See you in the vods. See you all in the vods. Comment your favorite piece of lore in the vod when it gets uploaded. Yeah, we'll be back on Friday when I guarantee there'll be a video tomorrow, and then I'll talk about that on Friday, and we'll do Salt Rant Friday. See yous laters.